2, 3.
Never gets old.
Welcome to tonight's episode of the Woodness Guild. Hello, my name is Mike Steiger. These are our players. Chris, I honestly don't think we have anything this week, do we?
We have a video for our halftime.
Oh, that's
today.
right. That's right.
So that's kind of cool. It'll be a painting video.
Okay. How to paint beholders.
Yeah, and then I got hit up on Instagram with a couple people for some fan art that we'll probably put on whenever they send to us, I'm assuming. I honestly haven't checked my email in a couple days, so it could be there.
Yeah.
I will put it on the next one and then on our website. Yeah, PH fan. And yeah.
Are we sticking with that, or?
Yeah. That is glued in. It is cemented.
Whenever you say fan art now, I feel like you are purposely saying fan with the PH in my head.
Fan art.
Fan art.
We need fans. At that point, we go flop.
On
Fan
the
art.
Oh, well. Thunder Mufflin.
What's going on?
The map's not live.
Did we not check that beforehand?
Yeah, no, that was...
It's not.
Okay, give us 1 second. Technical difficulties about bad. Oh shit, we'd have to close OBS. We'll just
No, yeah,
pass.
just keep playing. I don't care.
Well, we're not closing OBS. We're
So-
staying live for you guys.
I have a plan instead of you're good.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
It is very pretty, but
Oh man. Okay. If nobody else has anything else, then I guess sit back, grab your frosty cold ones, empty the bladders as we start tonight's episode of Woodness Guild. So, last we left off as hide your logos.
that's kids, how'd you laugh?
Kids, hide your last we left off, you guys had gotten in touch with a particular bugbear who led you
Trying to project today.
into forest. He had told you all about how he'd been having recurring visits from a certain entity at night during his dreams. Excuse me. This entity asked him for remote locations, and to, the more scouting he did, the more he found, the more he was rewarded. You guys made camp just before the forest, and in the middle of the night, murdered a lizard folk. And the bugbear seemed a little off-put by that,
Yeah.
for some reason.
We're not gonna do that anymore.
Who did that?
We've all agreed.
Right? We're not going to do that
yourself.
anymore?
I think we agree.
I was just defending us.
So you guys proceed awkwardly forward. He shows you to his most recent find, a particular glen with a beautiful waterfall and a broad pond. When he left, you guys found some evidence of perhaps the Yagigama being in the area. You tried to find a night's rest when Guanapo seemed to have a near-death experience of some sort.
Guanapo.
I broke his bow.
He couldn't sleep very well, ended up breaking his bow during a fight with a golden elf of legend that you'd heard about from the bugbear. It seemed very heavily intent on you in particular, finding you and cutting you down for some reason. After the bow snapped and the creature fell to its death, you guys all gathered round in a close circle as the morning started to come across the shaded valley that you're in. You guys heard the baneful call of the Yagigama, and that is where we left off.
So we hadn't made a decision.
We are still sitting there, is my understanding.
You guys are in the clearing. Do you guys have yours
Yeah,
out
take
there?
pen, take pen.
There we go.
Da.
Okay.
You got
So-
us out there.
This isn't working.
No,
Ironic.
that one's got to work.
I got
Mm-hmm.
utensils if need be.
Well, I'm writing a message.
So what do you guys want to do?
Oh yeah. I would like to take Guanapo's bow and do a little druid craft cantrip and just attempt to get a like a vine-like structure going that we can get that string back tied to at least, so it's.
Okay. Make an Arcana check for me.
nice. We'll go with the nice ones first and see how the fuck they're doing for me. That's a not bad. I gotta pick up something here.
Hey, you guys remember?
Alright,
I'm
dad
just
noise.
Hey.
being all kinds of. That's gonna be a 14. 14.
Okay, yeah, a vine sprouts from your hand. It wraps around the top notch of the bow loop, and it dangles for a moment, and you kind of squish the bow down and wrap the other side, and you let it go, and it holds. Yeah.
Oh, good luck.
Maybe you should test that before going into battle.
You could take a couple shots at the tree.
Alright, so Guanfo turns to
The fat tree. The biggest.
The fat
yeah,
tree.
yeah.
Okay.
I step away from the tree that they're pointing at.
Yeah, whatever
Yes.
tree.
Alright.
I'm gonna hide behind a
I'm
tree
backing
nearby.
off, so if a critical one is rolled,
let's all get behind her.
Him.
Let's all get behind him.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and shoot that. Oh god.
what you got?
Everybody duck.
One?
No, I did not get a 1. I did not get a 1.
Well,
Hold
it's
on,
not a one.
hold on. Let me look.
It's not a nat one.
You draw
But she don't
it
miss.
back, and you can
11
hear
to hit.
as the. I mean, there's a tree. It's not moving.
I know, but still.
You draw.
Oh, an 11.
the
That
vine
ain't bad.
back,
She has a good modifier.
and you hold it for a second, and you can hear as you're drawing it back. You can hear the creaking and the stretching of this vine, and you release, and it hits the base of the tree. The range of your bow has dropped significantly.
So this is my longbow. I'm gonna stick with my short bow for now until I can get some
Proper.
picture.
At least you know you have it for last minute, shit.
Close range.
Okay.
Close range.
Now
So
you said
he
your
just-
bow was a bow of warning. Does it still work for warning?
He just writes in his book. I don't see why not.
I don't know if the magical properties would have broken.
It's just the string that broke, not the
Well, luckily,
structure of the bow itself. But
if yours fails, I think Luke also has us covered though. So.
I just write in my
You have a
book.
whip of warning. Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't do that bow thing.
I don't do
Right.
that bow thing.
I just write in my book. As soon as we're in the next city, I'd like to get this fixed as soon as possible. I feel very uncomfortable without having my longbow.
yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, what are you guys doing? Setting
What
off
time
for
of
the
day is it?
It's early morning,
Wait,
so
didn't we hear a
Yes.
roar?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
It was, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
didn't see anything.
but the general consensus that no one wanted to go towards this thing that could potentially pop up where we
Wait,
are.
did we
And
sleep?
also,
Wait, did we sleep?
We
We tried to.
you guys have tried to sleep, and I would say you have probably gotten your rest in.
can we finish?
We got
We're
short,
exhausted.
We got short rest.
Yeah, you're exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted,
Yeah.
but you managed
Are we
to
still
escape
exhausted?
We're
it,
still
right?
exhausted.
No,
Me?
you were
I'm
exhausted
fine.
too. You two had, because you just went to sleep,
Yeah.
and you're like, man, whatever.
Yeah, everyone except for you and you has one exhaustion point, I believe.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if you guys want to sit here and sleep,
For 8 hours?
I
While Hoodzama What's It's gonna come and get us?
well you don't need full. We got like what 4 hours under all y'all, or you need like a full 8. I thought it was just like 4. I don't know.
Yeah, we did get half a night's sleep. Do we
Yeah.
need a full 4
It's
or
a couple
do we
more
do
hours
8?
of rest. You'd probably be okay, maybe. We'll see.
Give me
There-
that
Short
amount of
rest, right?
time. If we could do that amount of time, I'd be solid.
All right, let's go. We'll go sit over by that rock, and little man here, Konak,
Cognac?
myself will keep watch.
Easy enough. You guys, a couple hours goes by. You all fall into very deep sleep. It's rejuvenating. It's refreshing. You wake up feeling sore and a little worse everywhere, but not too bad.
Is it a long rest?
Long rest. I drop
So,
my pen,
do we
and
get rid
you
of
guys
the-
can get rid of your point of exhaustion.
Recover. Requires food and drink, so I will need to.
Yeah, you guys presumably all eat. Fucking Luna, dude.
Oh my!
She's allowed
We
to
gotta
stop.
take that from
There
Those
are
are-
chipmunks
she has her
all
favorite
around
toy.
you guys.
adopted chipmunk.
Who needs
Don't move the other pup though. He has his paw on my foot and it makes him
Okay.
feel loved.
Oh, it makes me feel loved.
I love that too.
I still can't believe I can see the fucking cord is unplugged.
I like like turtles. It's unplugged.
It's not even plugged in.
Well, you can just plug it in then.
No, it wouldn't.
Are you sure?
It wouldn't kick on. We've proved that with OBS.
We have not proved that. We proved OBS is random.
Wait one. While they sleep. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Have a good conversation.
If everything disappears in a second, I'm sorry.
Chris, do you have a fun fact of anybody?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Get the fuck out.
What's he gonna pull out of his ass?
Yeah. Zoe one time was in the Olympics for professional swan diving, and she did okay. She got like 16th, and it was like the toddler
Good job,
Olympics.
Zoe.
She was like 3. Her mom forced her to do it. It was weird.
Mom Forster.
Some strange
Okay.
ass pageantry.
Okay,
Swan
it's not
dive
working
is
still.
a beautiful
Cool.
art.
Awesome. You know, I always thought you had the Olympian spirit.
Just
in you.
okay though. That's insulting to
Why did
my
you
like
know
work
And
It
ethic.
was a
16th in the
16th
United
in the
world.
Olympics.
In the
World,
world,
world.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
If you ain't first, you're last.
You made it to the
Ricky
Olympics.
Bobby.
Yeah, if you made it to the Olympics, you're an Olympian.
That's not
You're an
bad.
Olympian.
I
Okay.
appreciate that.
I'll borrow one of mine.
So, you guys had also last session discovered a patch of blue in the night,
I did.
and would relatively, from where you're at, understand where
That
is.
location is again. What I would like to do before then, though, is I would like to do clairvoyance and go back to that location and scope it out. Going to hop on the back of Odette,
You're a
though,
shit show this morning.
and go
okay.
whoop, and clairvoyance,
What do you? Oh, your
My
eyes.
eyes.
Yes.
which is why I'm on Odette's back.
That's fair. Yeah, clairvoyance, easy enough. Go ahead and burn the spell slot.
Burn it.
Not bad.
Burn.
And you
Toast.
focus for a moment, holding on to the mane of your beautiful wife, sister wife. Her body just kind of very slightly shifting underneath you. It's very comforting and familiar feel. You focus for a moment, and as your vision kind of erupts from your eyes and moves forward into this space that you are previously familiar with, you can see there are large trees in this area. There is a inky black kind of look to them. It's hard to make out. Make a perception check for me.
Boob power.
I got my own twins, baby.
Lady power.
That was Leon that taught us that one. Producer.
They don't like me, but it's fine.
I got my twins right here. So watch yourself.
7.
7.
I'm not just
Trying to focus on it, it's almost as if
Warm those puppies up.
you start to get this almost feeling of static, some sort of interference in the area that you're in. And it kind of turns your stomach over as you're unable to focus your clairvoyancy spell onto what this material might be or what this pattern might be. Glancing around, you can see there is pretty normal forestry stuff. You can see the sun's kind of peeking through some of the lower branches. It's still pretty early in the morning, probably around 8 or 9. And
Is there any more of that moss stuff still there?
looking around, you don't see anything that's glowing.
Right,
And
it's
based on
right out.
the frustration that you're having trying to focus, you can't tell particularly if maybe it's a different color during the day or if it's gone entirely.
Last known area is looking a little iffy. I got my shit rocked last night, so I'm not sure if it's still there or not.
Well, we can send someone up a tree to look around, or we can.
Well, I'm looking now.
Oh,
I think it's at
Help.
least worth going and checking the last known location.
Where were you when I was rolling?
did you only roll once?
Yeah.
I would also like to take a look around since I
We're not.
have
We're how far are we from
some
it?
tracking abilities in my life.
Yeah. Go ahead and where are you going to track this? Going up a hill or?
You're an elephant.
I am going to kind of go back towards where we last saw the steps, or any kind of sign. Kind of work my way
Okay, so there was, by the waterfall, there had been some claw marks up against the rocks, and there had been a sighting, supposedly, in the tree about, I'd say, 3 o'clock compared to that.
You want to go back to that waterfall real quick?
Yeah, I mean, well,
It's not hard.
I figured we figured all that
So
out.
we're not
It's
bad.
a 20-foot walk, 30-foot walk.
Does it? If we walk over there, does it look
It
like
looks-
it's been back to that one? Like, are there more claw marks than
No.
the last time we were
No,
there?
it's
okay.
the same picture and image that you got.
And
last
there's no
time.
marks in the trees where Guanapo saw.
I could just
nobody checked.
check back again.
I want
With my
to look up
eyes.
in the trees and see if there's any kind of
Make
marks.
an
from-
athletics check for me.
I'm gonna look around the
Shoot.
trees with him with
I
my
mean-
skyring orb.
Okay.
Okay.
Scrying.
Sky.
Come
What am I
on.
saying? Like it's not.
Skyring?
Say it one more time.
Skyring.
Skyring?
Like a ring.
Can I get
guy.
Scrying.
Scrying.
Can I get Fan to help me?
I can give you a solid boost for the first about 10 to 12 feet. Outside of that,
Might lower the DC a little bit.
you don't want my big ass up there. I'll tell you that right now.
4.
Oh man, I can throw you.
Shimmying up the tree, and like you're confident that you're going really fast, and you feel Fan just like, okay. And he gets you to about the 10-foot mark, maybe 11 feet, and you feel his hand leave you, and you're like, okay, I got this, and you start.
Do I
Your
see
arms
any
start to
marks?
burn and
Anything.
burn and burn. You make a perception check at disadvantage right now if you want.
At disadvantage.
I imagine
You're
that
focusing.
cartoon movie where it's just like, oh, I'm like, how far I've gotten, and it's only like,
Yeah.
wow.
As you start, you're like,
It was a
there's
5
something,
and then it was a 1.
You kind of shift
So
your
not in
weight.
that one. Not in
No,
that
it was a nat 1.
Oh, what?
You shift your weight, and you're
Oh,
like,
gosh.
Oh, exciting.
and you hear as a piece of bark rips out of your hand, and you fall onto your axe. Since he didn't say he's gonna catch you,
Does
then,
anyone
you're
wanna
gonna go
save
ahead and- you're gonna
I
go
thought
ahead
about
and
it. I'm
take
not
1d6.
gonna lie. And I
You
just
take 3
decided
points of
lessons
bludgeoning
learned.
damage as you
3
fall on your
points?
This is
ass.
a rough
Wasn't bad.
road.
But there is definitely a sharp rock in there, and as you stand up, you can see your leg, or you can feel your leg is pretty bruised, but not too bad. With your scrying orb, as you watch him falling, your orb is going up. You kind of get into the area with, some pointers from Guanapo, and you look, and you can see the branch that she was sitting in. There's another branch he was sitting in. Freud. There's another branch about 90 degrees off from that, and you can see in the side there are 3 puncture wounds in the side of the tree, in the branch. And then looking around and looking up more, you can see there's a very clear claw mark along the back side of the tree.
So, I say exactly that. Claw marks in the tree, puncture marks in the branch where I'm guessing Guanapo was. So it wasn't like a phantom aura, it was a legitimate, like, being in that tree with you. Guanapo.
So she wasn't dreaming it?
He wasn't.
He wasn't dreaming
He was not dreaming. It was legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the 7th episode, I think we'll have that down.
Give us like
He.
10.
She,
it? Yeah.
he,
Wow.
Why'd you have to make it difficult?
Can
That's
I?
really not. We just suck.
So, it's here, so I'm gonna myself.
Do we want to look around?
We've looked at this area so many times. We know potentially the last known location that it was at, where there was moss of the blue variety.
You want to keep heading that way?
Well, we're here to kill something, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready.
To go towards the noise where we heard?
This one doesn't have the bow.
I don't have a bow.
Guanapo.
There's a friend of yours has no bow.
I have
She's got a different bow.
a short bow, and he kind of shows you a tinier one, as opposed to his big long one that he's used to using.
It's okay, if you think that this is what we should do, then we march.
I think so.
I follow Odette wherever she goes.
We need to find those children.
Agreed.
If, while we're walking,
The child's dead.
you don't know that.
You don't know that.
I mean, I don't think a creature like that's taking care of it.
How do you know?
Yeah, That's life.
Okay.
What
We
if the
don't-
Yagigama wanted a child just because
He's
the
lonely.
Yagigama can't bear its own children?
From everything we've known, that is the child's friend, right?
I
That's
mean,
Jeremy.
You're putting a
That's
little
what
too
we-
much.
Maybe.
We don't know
The
that.
Yagigama didn't just straight up attack anyone before leaving. He burst out and then booked it.
Doesn't the Yagigama need something that suffers to live? Didn't we hear that somewhere? Doesn't it need pain and suffering to be?
Yagigamas are created from pain and suffering.
They're more like odd
So-
personifications of pain and suffering.
The being
Right.
is
So-
molded from it.
So what's more pain and suffering than being an orphan?
And being stolen by.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, they're dead. One of them might be this thing that we're
So-
gonna go kill.
Let's go kill
go.
it. Yep.
I
Either
just
way-
want you to be ready that they might be dead.
You guys-
We don't need any like.
Silently, stealthily, trying to make our way back to.
Everybody make self checks then.
Hold on. I'm
Oh
gonna
wait,
cast-
my where's 18?
Who
They've
wants to
gotten
walk
toasty.
next to me? I know Fanny.
Yeah,
Within
you're gonna
30
be on.
feet.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
If it's
God.
within 30 feet, we're all gonna be next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Would all of us fit?
Wow!
Okay.
You
so
are
I,
failing
guys,
me.
hold on, guys, hold on. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace. Everyone gets plus 10 bonus on Dexterity, which is your stealth.
24.
Okay.
24.
The 24.
Let me look at what my stickety stealth is.
20.
26 then.
26.
Oh man, I got good stealth. 20.
20.
Why do you have good stuff?
I don't
So it's a
know.
plus 10.
Yeah, it's plus 10. So it's plus your modifier plus 10.
Sorry, ladies. You're
So
going
we're all
back
pretty
in.
stealthy.
Well, I mean, you get, to be perfectly fair, 30s would be
Yeah.
really stealthy.
Yeah.
20
But I mean, 20s is good.
I got
If
19.
you think about it, you guys are all sub 10 at this point, except for him.
I have
Is that
28
14?
plus. I'm sure I have stealth, but I cannot find it.
It's in
20 is
your
pretty damn good. I don't
skills
think you need to worry about it.
towards the bottom of the page.
28.
Alphabetized.
Plus 7, holy shit.
25. I'm
25.
sorry, 35.
35. See, that
He
that is
is
good.
stealthy.
You guys, as you start walking, you watch Wanapo kind of spins his hands in a circle, and you see him kind of release this powdery substance. And as he does so, the whole area around you kind of flickers and shimmers, and this small bubble appears around you. And you guys can clearly see it. It's visibly darker inside this area, but the bubble seems to move with you and be focused on Wanapo. It doesn't move anything. It's not corporeal, but you can just see as the light hits it, kind of refracts in different directions, and you get the feeling that you are more obscured now than you would have been naturally. Heading out of the glen, the way you came, you march upwards and following the directions of Luca. You travel for about, I would say, 15-20 minutes until you come to this area where Odette, you put your hand on a tree to kind of like brace yourself. It's a little wobbly in this area. The rocks are a little loose. You're heavy. You're long.
Hey, it's not that
She's a
heavy.
fucking horse. You put your hand on a tree and you look over and you can see underneath your fingers there is this like vein structure that seems to be permeating out of the side of the tree. You draw your hand quickly and kind of take stock of the area around you, and the pattern appears on a multitude of the trees in this area.
Do we notice?
Hey, you guys. Look
Yeah, I
how weird and veiny this tree is. What do you expect it
Is
to
it
be?
black?
Gandering at it, it's black. It seems to be part of the surface, not some sort of structure that's on the outside. No matter on the outside of the tree. It's just seems to. It's like if
It's its
somebody
own.
can-
It's its own creature. It's not.
It does
like
not
a
appear
part
to
of the
be
tree.
part. It doesn't appear to be its own creature. It looks to be part of the tree. Like if you spilled ink on a table with a cloth on it, and it would spread out like that, but more fingers, more
Does it look
branches.
similar to the animal?
It looks
pattern?
extremely similar to the animal.
Is it up the entire tree? Is it on the
It's
ground,
not.
on the rocks, or
Looking at
anything?
the ground, there are some elements on the ground.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Does the tree look
Actually,
I
make an
help her.
investigation check.
I
does it
help her.
look brill? Like a fan gave it a punch, could it knock it over?
Good advantage.
Hey, Fan, why don't
Nat
you give the tree a
20.
punch and see how weak it is?
You kind of follow the lines of this tree, and you look at the ground, and you can see it spread under. There's some mossier sections of the forest ground that seem to have obscured it. However, in your investigation of this tree, you can see there are 3 runes on the tree that are kind of in this more triangle shaped pattern that seem to go in pretty deep. Like looking at it, it's got to be at least 4 inches in there.
Okay, do I see any 3 scratches?
There are
3
no
scratches
scratches.
anywhere?
No.
How close are we from the location where I saw the moss?
They're about from the monster,
Moss.
the moss.
Do
You
I see a
feel like
monster?
you should be on top of it at this point.
Is there a mouse?
Okay.
Do we see any rocks moved or any footprints?
Ooh, you guys can make survival checks if you want to see.
And I would like to go up to a tree and kind of just
I'll help
like
you.
touch it, and knock on it.
Yeah, you
and
give it a
kinda,
knock. It seems solid.
Seems like a tree.
Yeah, as you
15.
kind of give it the good druid look over it, whatever it is some sort of parasite, and this is a reaction to it.
Okay.
Which one we do?
But that's all more you can really tell at this point.
What type of terrain are we technically in?
Second?
What type of terrain are we in?
It would be foresty, somewhere halfway between forest, high alpine forest.
Do you have
Did
that?
she touch
No.
it directly?
Do you have specialty for forest?
No, there is there any like
Like a
signs of any
natural
kind
score? Do you have that?
of imprint on the finger? Yeah, any contamination at all?
I have something
see.
else of that.
As we go further in, does it get more veiny and black?
Yeah, so the more you travel in, you guys decide, okay, this tree is just one of many.
Okay,
You start
then I would use
wandering
your
through.
survival check on that. Tell Mike you want to.
And you start picking up more of them.
Okay.
You might get.
This is the location that I saw with the blue moss. This is the like we're right on top of it.
Alright, let's continue to go in and
Let's
see.
Forest
look for
services.
signs of it. Did we do
You see
survival
that
checks?
knock, dude.
Yeah.
Wormwood, you let me down.
Hey, I got a box if you want it.
10. Oh, wait, do I get 2? What is it 2? 2 rolls? Is that what it is with advantage? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your.
What's it checking? What are you checking for?
He has advantage on survival checks in forest.
Dude, I do not like this box. I don't know why I do. 10 again.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Try the dropped effect.
You
Yeah, roll differently.
That was a 20.
Guanapo, as you're standing there, like kind of like investigating some of this, Nabuntosh comes wandering over and is like, staring into the tree, and you're kind of like pointing and you do a quick sketch, and just with the utmost surprise, you jump backwards as you hear Connacht's voice from the other side of you, go like, "Hey, there's some rocks overturned here," and you're just like, "Holy shit! I didn't even know you were there, bro!" And like. It startles you for a second, but you guys recover, and seeing the path, it looks like it kind of these two paths might be parallel to each other, where the thickness of the black stains on the tree are, and this trail that you seem to have discovered.
I stage whisper. What if we do like
You can
The
stage
call.
this or
Guanapo? Like, what if you did the call of the Yagigama to lure it out, and maybe we're prepped for it when it comes?
Don't do that, right?
That's on there.
Right.
Well, I know. I mean, what if we hide? And
That's a
and
good
that's what
idea.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
a
saying.
little
Yeah.
setup
Lure
beforehand.
it.
See if
We
he comes
can.
out.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Or it's a terrible call, but let's do it.
It's a call.
Well,
It's a call.
we can put you in like an open area. We can hide, and you can do it, and then
I
we
can
will
No,
come
we
make.
out.
all
I'll
hide.
make Guanapo invisible, but we all should hide.
Ooh,
Yeah.
The
So I
problem,
think
Are
we
you
should
okay
do it
with
from
doing
like an
that,
obvious
Guanapo?
spot, so Guanapo knows, so we can,
We'll need to ask him.
Chris kind of does this, and he says, "Scared."
Don't be scared. You'll be invisible. No one will see you.
I mean, we. It's
Oh,
it's
why
a
did
little-
you do that? Can you see invisible yet?
I think we should.
What?
Give it a
Made
shot.
some noises over there.
Yeah, he
Oh
did.
no. I was just thinking to myself.
Right.
Don't you do that to
Yeah.
How
us.
stupid this is.
No, I
I
was
say
thinking
that
about
we
what
just go
happens.
down the trail. I do not
Some-
think that we should use a call as
I think we should go down.
Yeah,
the
let's go down the
trail.
We
trail.
almost
The
lost
problem
us
with
going
going down the
let's
trail
be
though is that
honest.
this thing
I
teleports.
mean, whatever. I did not mean to influence anything that was that is a force of habit. I'm sorry if I made.
Oh,
you
he's so like, oh,
uncomfortable.
these
Right.
fuckers want to play. I'm like,
No.
no.
He's collecting his dice.
Alright,
I have
let's
to need
continue
that
to
many
walk.
and that many.
This one.
I'm gonna need my twins.
I have no problem
They're
tracking the thing. That's a good idea, but at the same time, if it teleports, then we really can't track it.
Yeah.
It could just
Yeah.
jump.
I'm looking for the preferred element of surprise.
I think a
Just
call
need to
might be the best way to actually, get it to where we are. Under our circumstances, we decide if it's. I think it's worth a try.
It's up to Guanapo on what he wants to do.
That's true.
That's true. I don't want to force Guanapo into anything. I feel kind of bad about that.
Little bird man.
I
You
can
think
make
that you
you
can be
and
brave?
someone else invisible if you want to hold someone's hand to be next to them invisible. at the
We
same
won't
time.
be asleep. We'll be right here with you.
I'll hang out with you. It'll be me and you in the forest. If you can make the sound, she'll make us invisible, and they will hopefully come help us.
We'll be right here.
But you gotta be there. I'll be there with you.
It was,
We'll be right here.
it was the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Why was that creepy?
Grade A.
I will
fucking
be
creepy.
right here
We will be right here.
I like it.
with dead eyes.
What's that 90s song? Right here. Oh wait. No. I'll be watching it. I'll be watching
Oh,
you.
please.
Yeah. That song is creepy as fuck. He's like when you're showering, when you're changing, when you're hanging out with your friends, when you're making dinner.
And that's
But-
dedication,
But then they
man.
also have the teacher one. Don't stand so close to me.
Don't stand so
About the
close
student,
to
like
me.
in love with her teacher.
Yeah.
Or them, whatever.
No, let's not draw gender lines here.
Guanapo just
So-
kind of looks around at all of you. Help.
All right.
I owe you so much corn.
Yeah, you owe me fucking more than corn.
You ever had a low time?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the things about invisibility.
As we're hiking down,
can't do
I
magic.
guess, do we see any kind of like clearings as we go that are maybe like fields, or is it like forest still for the
This is
most
deep,
part?
thick forest.
All right.
3 C's.
Knee deep in forest.
Knee deep.
Alright, we go hide.
How? Let's talk about the game plan here
Yeah.
before you
Let's
go
get
hide.
some arranging going on here. Pardon me.
Can they see this now?
No,
you got that
because I'm a jackass and forgot to plug in the camera. Nobody can see the map, but I was thinking about switching to just them, and I'll point this one down, and they can see the map that way. Because that would be nice. So here, why don't we do that now?
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go. Sorry,
Well,
streamers.
we can ask Liana how it looks. And
Yeah. Nope, it's just gonna go to the side with them.
Alright.
Where is everybody going to be? You're gonna be
And
here? That's fine. Who knows?
where do you guys want me to be?
Yeah. Well, I guess where would you stand?
Where do you want to stand?
uh,
But we're talking about this, but we're not actually doing it yet. Not until they're invisible.
Okay.
I think we should find whatever the widest little patch of grass we can and sit dead center. And then you guys should bury yourselves in some bushes. You're all pretty small except for the horse.
Do you think maybe we should try and dig like a trap for it?
Mhm.
Like a hole?
We don't have time for that. This thing's massive.
Can it teleport?
We might have a little bit of time for that. I can do a little something, but
This thing can teleport. Why would we dig a hole?
If it breaks a leg, it'll give us a leg up. I don't know.
Luca, where are you gonna be at? Naboontosh, where are you gonna be at?
I'll be here all
Oh,
week.
that's Guanapo right there.
You're
That's
Guanapo.
cool.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Sorry.
I will be back with Odette and
He's
Luca.
just like,
Okay,
oh, the whole
where?
way.
Yeah.
What were you
Pick a
saying
tree.
about
That
the
one.
conditions of
This one?
Yeah,
invisibility?
sure.
Invisibility.
Great.
As soon as you attack, as soon as you do
Uh,
any type of spell, you
Odette,
become
where are you gonna be at?
uninvisible.
Oh, okay. So I can maintain magic while I'm invisible, though.
Behind the tree.
As soon as
This
you
one?
start
Yeah.
using
Or this one?
magic, let me give me a second.
Got it.
Okay, because I have passive
assuming she's with
automation
you.
right now, which is kind of helping conceal
be
you
with you.
guys.
Where are you gonna
The
be?
spell ends if the target
I'm at three up
attacks
on the
or
floor.
casts a spell.
This one?
So I can maintain it until.
You can maintain it, if you cast something, and then it's like, oh, bye.
Okay, so.
You can do both of us.
I can do
And you
two.
two
Up
are
to an hour.
gonna be hanging out right there.
I'll be
One,
concentrating.
one thing we should keep in mind is that just because we're calling this thing doesn't mean it's going to teleport where we want it to.
Oh,
it
no.
could teleport behind us.
Yep.
We all need to keep our heads on a swivel.
I realized I talked about something that I didn't go through with. Give me that bow back.
He hands it to you.
I'm gonna cast mending on it, cantrip, and see if I can I'm gonna undo what I did basically. Put back the broken shit.
Okay.
Cast mending.
Yeah, well enough. Go ahead and make a Arcana check for me again.
Fuck you.
Do
I
better.
should have used that.
I should have.
That's not bad. That's not
Yeah.
bad. Isn't it like 16 or something?
That's gonna be a 13.
Okay. So you holding the bowstring together, it takes a little bit of finagling on your part. You have to put your elbow down on one side of the bow to
Yeah.
compress it. You draw the strings together and you focus for a second. And as you cast it and slide your hands across, the string is back together again.
Okay.
Looking at it closely, it might hold for a while. It looks like a good enough repair.
If I take another,
I don't need to use it right now. I have my short
Okay.
bow, so it's not like I'm totally.
it's a cantrip. I can sit here and mend it all day, but
It takes
gonna
time,
take
so-
me 10 minutes every
Yeah.
time.
We can wait.
Okay.
We can wait. I have my short bow, so.
We can also take all the time we need to wait today. We have no time limit right now.
I don't know about
Jesus
time.
Christ, brother.
I don't know if there is time with a Yagigama in and out of our zone.
No.
Episode 9, we're still mending the bow.
We're still digging a hole.
We
Chris cannot
will
roll
figure
above
it
a
out.
5.
The whole thing's been shit.
Okay, so
So-
I am not of a military background, so I will be making no attempts in strategy.
Well, I really think we should just sit in the open, call it. It's gonna go up in one of the damn trees. Or on us. That's pretty much his.
Let's just call and see what happens. Let's
That's
do
pretty
this.
much his two choices. So we either need to be ready with bows up in the tree, or you guys need to be able to get to us hella quick.
We can hold our actions till we see it.
It's only 6 seconds that you can hold an action.
Yeah.
So
Just
we
want
have
you
to
to
call. Whoa.
So
okay.
hopefully you hear it coming, and then you can be like, hold an action!
Savage ground rules.
So when we look around, there are big bushes around and all kinds of what's the scenery like? It's woodland.
So you have there doesn't seem to be any particular path that you're on right now. There are a couple
Yeah.
small animal trails, but nothing that really makes you feel like it's a well-worn means of travel. There are some larger boulders. There's just all sorts of awkward terrain around you, but none of it really would give you the sense that you couldn't scale it or move quickly through it. There are tons of trees, and they're varying
Shrubberies
shapes,
and
heights.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
small bushes around.
I think we should take Odette's big ass and
Hey,
stick her
excuse me.
next to one of those boulders over there, and just go ahead and cover her with some bushes, just so she looks like a big ass bush. And then the rest of y'all can just hide.
Is she just gonna lay her head down on the ground like that?
I don't.
Just like
Yeah,
nap time?
she can just lay down next to it, and we will just pile some shit on her so she looks like a bush.
Cool.
Can I use disguise self to
You-
make myself camo?
Do you have a better
Like a ghillie
fucking
suit?
idea?
Kind of like a ghillie suit.
Make a history check for me,
I would like
and
to.
I will give you inspiration because that's fucking clever as fuck.
Is
So
there
you can add
a
a
type
D4
of
to
wooden, wood figure, like a Spriggan in my mind?
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, in the text that you would have read, you probably have read about things like Spriggans, which are not actually called Spriggans, so don't call them that. So that's a copyright thing, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
10.
There's
Shit, my bad.
Spriggans here.
That's a D4.
Was it-
I want you to turn
Right.
into a tree person.
I have minus one.
Sprocket, trees person.
Instead
Sprockets.
of like the
Spriggans.
idea of like a
Sprockets.
galaxy where it's like
Sticks?
bush-like, and there's different
Why don't
lengths
you
and
just turn
different
into like a
colors.
bunny rabbit?
It's more of like
a
one
type of
color, and
animal
it looks
supposed to
kind of
be.
It
like
has to be the
paper
same
mache.
body shape as her.
Well, it has
Does
to
it
have
give me
2
any kind
arms
of-
and 2 legs.
Yeah, I mean, if something was
I'll turn
colorblind,
into the
it
bugbear.
probably definitely
How the hell
might
is this high
mistake
as
you
a
for
bugbear?
Oh,
something.
okay.
Do you need to hide? Wouldn't what's his name
Doesn't
recognize?
mean-
Let's do
I don't-
this!
I only look like them.
All right, Odette, get against your rock.
I'm gonna try to
Alright,
push
push me
lay-
against
lay
the
it
rock.
down.
They want to cover me with bushes.
We're gonna cover her with bushes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Over the course,
Can you get out of there quickly if you need to?
over
Yeah,
the
yeah,
course
she's
I'll
of-
just run
freaking
right
horse.
out.
She can stand up.
Okay.
It takes you guys like probably 20 minutes to find all the appropriate
Yeah.
bushes and hike them back into place.
I just
but
become a lean-to.
you become
Basically.
extremely itchy, but not like poison oak itchy, but like
Spider
there's like
I'm like,
trees. Yeah, it's like, and every time you shift, something falls, and you know there's a point where Guanapo like starts stamping in front of you, like. But you guys managed to get it all put up and into place.
Where are we putting Odette?
Oh yeah, where you guys want to be?
Up
Up
to-
against the rock.
yeah, up against the rock.
Yeah, we'll put her up against the rock.
Right up against here.
Pretend there's some shrubbery around.
You're
her.
On
camouflaged.
the other side.
On the other side, on this side.
No.
No.
On this side near
I think
us.
I think that's a good spot
Okay,
right
fine.
there.
That's fine.
I
And
want to
Luca, where are you gonna be?
in this far corner up against this rock over here.
Okay.
It's working. Nothing's gonna
We
happen.
want to be able to look into each other's eyes.
Yep.
And
Or something.
I think
That's
we
true.
should
Right,
be
that's what I was thinking.
like right in the dead center there.
Watch, nothing's gonna happen.
Maybe
It's
it's
like,
Hey,
what
at least
Matthew
we tried
said.
something.
Oh,
over
really?
here.
Yeah.
All right.
Something else is gonna come.
Right.
And you all are
We're gonna
hidden.
call. Someone's gonna hear it and come after us.
Are you ready? Because I'm about to make you invisible, so
Are
hold each
you
other.
ready?
Let's do this!
Let's fucking do it.
All
The
right.
stage
Are you
is
guys
set.
held?
Yeah.
I rub my hands together and I say, powers of silence, power of stealth, power of
Heart, fire,
disappearance.
wind, water, earth.
Oh yeah, and that's not copyright.
And I'm just gonna kind of squat, and I'm just gonna kind of hold around, hold around Guanapo and hope he
Aw,
does a good
sweet.
job.
You put an
'Cause I'm
arm around
scared
him.
shitless.
You crouch down. Your trap is set. Guanapo calls out, and
The lean-to is not
Familiar.
leaning.
the lean-to is slowly taking a moment to hold its breath. The call echoes through the forest. And there's this prevailing silence. The birds and the wind, all the little sounds of the forest seem to die away for a moment. And I need you all to make perception checks for me.
Wow, these dice
suck.
Yeah, I don't think it's the dice. I'm gonna
We're all
give you
rolling
something.
like shit!
I got.
I'm gonna give you that it's
great.
your boxes.
16.
That
I
box.
literally have gotten 3 multiple times. 10.
Oh wait, hold on.
You're going back here. How many?
17. I'm sorry.
Deets,
Okay.
what do you
Yeah,
like?
so
Sort
we're
of my
failing.
favorite.
17?
No,
No,
it's
no,
been
no.
awful. Bye bye.
That has to do with movement.
Bye.
I somehow got out of my character. Oh, I got good. Oh, and I have. What's my advantage? Oh, against being charmed right. Wait. Oh, perception.
Get your shit together.
6.
Good.
Figure it out.
God.
6.
I have advantage on perception, but I think it's with hearing.
Why are we all rolling
I
like
got
dog shit?
14.
10.
Good old 14.
Yeah,
So 12, 10, 14, 6,
13.
13, and 17.
17.
Oh, 17's not
Okay.
bad. I mean, somebody might hear
Comparatively.
a fart.
I'm prepping message with potentially what I'm hearing.
You
Wait.
read
Yes,
out.
Wait, is it hearing? Because I do have advantage if it's hearing.
We'll see.
Oh.
Wait, that we well,
I don't know what he's
so
doing.
it's, I don't.
Okay.
You guys are
Okay.
waiting quietly. You may not see something, but maybe you'll hear it. We'll see.
Okay.
It is a tense few moments, and each of your heads is on a swivel. And from the perspective view, you're watching as you can see the lean-to of bushes is shifts slightly, and there's this uncomfortable, heavy, heart-pounding moment, and you two are just terrified, waiting for something to come out of the trees.
Yeah, poop my pants. Not really, but
An elephant turd.
To happen.
how many?
You, as you guys all start to relax into this moment, Konak, you kind of drop your bow, your crossbow for a second, and, and you look over, and you are staring into the eye socket of this blackened, bark-like skinned creature. This faint blue trickle seems to be running down its face. And you have this moment of, oh, fuck! And I need everybody to roll initiative. It's here! There we go.
If there's an
Dude, I need these dice from you.
if there's an A on my advantage,
These are all bad.
A on my initiative, does that mean
You have
advantage?
advantage on it.
Okay.
14.
13 for Guanaco.
Okay,
13.
guys. This isn't working.
I got a flaming 6.
17.
And honestly,
17.
my pass out train should still be
19.
up for another 15-20 minutes at this point.
How long does it last for?
An hour.
Okay.
40 minutes have passed.
I love
based
how
on
when it goes next
Oh,
to
yeah, no,
Guanaco,
our
it just
further
disappears.
So-
It comes next to
You
me.
should have covered
It's
you.
like,
Walking right
Yeah, it's
after.
like let's kill.
But it's still
kill me.
nothing.
It's like,
I
I love
almost died.
elves for dinner.
it's breathing in your ear.
Okay.
What?
What was your
It's
initiative?
like,
What was
14.
14.
14.
I heard
Just
you.
stop ticking.
I have that here.
it's not
19.
me.
I can't go first, man. I'm not. I'm a support.
Hey, will you hand me one of those?
Wait, do we recognize this? Do I
beverages?
recognize this as the same thing that we saw in the city, or is this something
It
different?
is exactly the same thing, and your heart just
God.
beats through your chest.
Yagigama!
And
put
at the
it
same
up there.
time
It's,
drops
Ew, is
down
that
into your stomach.
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck!
See, that's the surprise
It
that I was
actually
going
snuck
for.
up
Is that
on
the
us.
whole Yagigama?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Well,
Oh,
it's
like
not
it.
homebrew, so that's mine.
Oh,
He made it
okay.
yesterday.
He
Wait, you
literally
made it?
that.
That's
Yeah, what?
homemade.
That's awesome.
What'd you make it
The
out of?
claw's a little
Just
rough, but
mold-
whatever. Anyways,
moldable clay that you
your
put
in. I like
stomach
it.
Wire and
drops
clay.
out, and your heart is in your throat as you have this moment of just like, oh fuck. As soon as you like, it's this horrible feeling of like you're staring into this creature's eyes, and it has no eyes. There is a hollow socket. Its bark-like skin seems to be like shifting slightly, like there's moving ants underneath it or something, termites, and you make perfect eye contact even though there is no eye. As soon as you acknowledge it, it disappears.
God.
This
I-
thing's gonna give me blue balls again.
You hear this sickening crunching sound as you two look up and to your right. You can see the tree. It's a little younger, probably only 20 feet tall. The creature is holding on to one of the top sections of the limb and holding, or one of the top sections of the trunk. And as it braces itself against the tree, you make note of how extremely long its arms are. The three claws kind of dangling gently there. And it looks around at each of you.
Does it see me?
Does it look down at us? Invisible? Oh, fuck
And
me running.
So it's not colorblind.
It's not
It's
colorblind.
not magic blind.
Colorblind.
And it
He said that was
is
the only way my ghillie suit would work.
going to cast a spell. I need each of you to make
Who's the each of us?
every single one of
Who is
you
each of us?
We're all rolling so bad. Stop.
to make wisdom saving throws.
What?
And I
I'm just
think
gonna try and frighten us.
you have advantage on this.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Frightened or charmed?
Being charmed and frightened.
Okay. What do you have it on?
Woo woo!
You just have advantage on
Oh
wisdom.
my god.
19.
It says advantage on wisdom throws.
Okay.
So.
23.
How in the world do I have not?
Sure. Now you guys roll pretty good. Hey,
Fuck
DJ,
you,
I
my
switched
first
my
roll was
dice.
a nat one, so.
How about
Roll
how about-
number 2.
How about that up there? Yeah.
Roll number 2.
16.
15 plus. It's a wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I got good wisdom. It's
Whiz.
520. I got a fat 20.
Jesus. You want to get those up there?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
What'd you get,
Oh yeah, I should be.
Luca?
That would be 16.
Odette?
19.
Connor.
13.
As this creature stares around at each of you, Connor, the glasses, the goggles that you're wearing seem to like distort for a second, and the world becomes more liquid, more fluid, and this draining effect of like somebody's pulling all the old colors out of the scene in front of you and replacing it with these beautiful, bright, vibrant colors. This whole array just starts moving through your vision, and you become completely entranced in it. Aren't you? Oh, that's right. Got it. Cool. Yeah, never mind. You no, it was a thing for me and him. You guys watch as Konak kind of just goes limp and just stands in the same spot. His face just blank. Well, I guess you couldn't see his face, but he just stands there limply. His weapon at his side.
Wait, did the Yagigama see me in the lean-to?
Make a stealth check.
Ha
You're technically not trying to hide with like
Does
magic
she
or
still
anything.
get a +10 from my fast on trace?
Sure.
Because it's still there.
Yeah.
So plus 10 to
Plus 10.
whatever W.
24.
Hell no.
Yeah,
He doesn't see me?
I would say at this point you feel confident that he doesn't see you. So, with that said, you're next, but you're hypnotized.
Ring it, baby.
You don't want to hypnotize yourself.
Can you throw a ring on him?
Are you the Yagigama? Just every time it comes around, it's
Right.
Your turn, unfortunately, is mine. So, yeah,
like, wait, what?
Oh, fuck a duck running.
What happened?
your turn.
Oh, yeah, my turn. Cool.
Okay, go for it.
That's great.
That's
Wait. Can you get untranced or no?
You
Can
can.
you roll
great.
for
There
it?
are ways. It's not a roll.
Do we see the dwarven child still attached to his body anywhere, or bones or anything?
Ooh,
I'll tell
good
you on your
question.
Unless somebody else wants to know that.
Ask.
I'd say
Is there any bones or?
No, there's no child.
Okay.
Saw that one coming from a
No
mile
child.
away.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do. Oh God, here it is. I whispered to myself. Oh, actually, let me just double check. Up back. Nope, I can't do that.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and do what's it called? Distant Whispers, and I'm going to hum a like really just skin crawling, nasty. There's so yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard somebody hum creepily, but I'll let you do it.
Hum or like a something cool with mouth, you know.
We want
Okay.
to. We want to see this in action.
Spooky.
Just like
Something like that.
Yeah, sure.
So I would like for it to go ahead and do a wisdom saving throw.
That's pretty. 4.
14. So it takes 3d6, 4, 7 damage of psychic.
Okay.
And
also known as
it must
psychic
immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speeds allow away from me. It doesn't go into any like dangerous or anything like that.
Okay. You watch as it leaps out of the tree. The top of the tree comes crashing down in splinters really close to where you two are at. Can somebody throw me that right there? I don't want to fuck with cameras anymore. It goes and lands almost right next to where you two are at. You guys just barely managed to make it out of the way. The creature leaps, and you would expect it to fall, but for some reason, it stays aloft. And you watch it lands in the next tree, and then moves about 30 feet on the ground this way, and turns around, and immediately makes that same dead, hollow, eyeless eye contact with you. Oh shit.
I am then. Where'd it go?
How did I do that?
I'm going to do my bonus action. I'm going to do Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do that. And I'm going to do that to Odette.
Could a trance be a,
And let me make sure this, yeah. Well, because they're still. Has the hour passed since them? No? Okay,
trance be a
cool.
concentration?
So
No, it's been more like 5 minutes.
Yeah, at most. What are you doing?
I'm going to do for Odette, and then I'm going to do for Konak.
Okay, and what is its mantle of?
Mantle of Inspiration, so I use a Bardic Inspiration. They get 8 temporary hit points.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. 8.
You get 8 temporary hit points.
4.
Yeah, so as you cast the spell, you're like, and you throw them both out. Looking at Konak, he's limp, and you're not sure what's going on, but you're just like, man, he probably needs this. Is that the end of your turn?
They can move immediately as a reaction to their full speed without provoking an opportunity attack.
I'll let you do it if you'd like, but you're still under my control for now.
Did he get his bonus points? He gets 8.
We talked about it.
I'm gonna move behind the tree that's closest to him.
Behind the tree that's closest to him.
Yeah.
Got it. So right here, out of line of sight.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move behind like that tree right there.
Which one? This
The greeny
tall
one.
green one?
Yeah, tall
Oh
green
god,
one.
here we go as I
Extra
reach.
green
I
one.
hope you like my ears. Like that? Perfect.
Actually,
Tosh.
Okay. I'm going to shimmy my way around the tree there, and then I'm
Like
going
shimmy like this around
He
it.
Yeah,
grabs
very-
it and he just shifts himself.
shimmy, and then
That's the you literally
my eyes glaze over as I commune with my spirits, and reaching from another place in time, I reach out and I scream, "You're just a ripoff of a Demogorgon," and I cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Go ahead and is that a
It's a
wisdom
wisdom
saving throw?
throw of 15.
Wow. Wow.
Dean's gonna kill you for that.
Yep.
He worked very hard on this.
Nope. That was 9.
Yes. Okay. So he takes 2d4 of psychic damage.
Go for it.
That is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
And then on his next attack roll, he has disadvantage.
On his next attack roll, he has disadvantage.
since he's taking so much psych damage and someone's hypnotized, does that affect the hypnotism? Someone needs to write that up.
And he is, so you are.
Anybody guess?
We're just gonna put incapacitated around you. Because that's pretty much what you are. Your speed is 0 and you
So
don't
is
have.
that a concentration, that trance?
It is not a concentration for
Tell
him.
us.
And
He has to tell, so if I can move, I can move.
Yeah.
we're just gonna use deafen for him,
Oh, deafened?
so that he has not deafen, but so we know he has disadvantage. Otherwise, I'll
Oh,
forget.
I got you.
I'll forget and it'll become a pain in the ass. Perfect. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Dope.
I'm
Okay.
gonna run up to its hand.
Okay.
Oh, that's my girl!
The tree behind you falls, crashes. Nobody hears it.
Does she get surprise? Does she get surprise attack?
Well, I mean, charging at it like that is pretty.
Sorry, Debbie.
Plus, she also moved out of her cover situation.
Okay.
What do you got?
Oh, I'm gonna hit it with my hooves.
Okay, go for it. Did you ever pick up an item?
Magical item. I was looking at it.
Next time we get to town, you can pick something.
16. I know that misses.
16 misses.
Was 18 a hit we can find?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
Go for it.
Fucking serious.
The first two hoof, you come like prancing up to her.
I'm just
Galloping
dancing
up
at
to
this
it.
point.
You come galloping up to it, and you rear back, and you go, dropping these hooves down on top of it, and you watch as the creature just kind of grabs the first one and slams it into the ground, and is staring directly. The feeling is that it's looking into your soul.
And I'm gonna say, look at me, bitch.
And the second hoof comes into the ground, trying to stomp on one of its legs, but it just shifts out of the way, just barely.
Okay, now I'm gonna use a key point.
Okay.
Yeah, 18.
18 hits.
Okay. Damn it. 4.
Okay.
17 plus 6, so that hits.
Okay.
8 damage.
Okay.
You said I can use up to 3 key points per turn, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm
because
gonna use another key point.
there's like all sorts of things you can do with key points.
16.
Mm.
Ah! Can I reroll or?
Nope, that's on the table.
But it's not in my box.
Sucks to suck.
Alright, well that misses.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use another key point.
Did you
to
get
do...
any hits on that?
No. And then I'm gonna use another key point to do
You sound so
stunning,
concerned, DM.
to do stunning strike with the wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so you're pumping a stunning strike into one of the previous ones. That's fair. Go for it. Just next time when you hit and you want to do a stunning strike, when you hit, then say like, okay, so I roll the damage and I want to do stunning strike, and then you can do key points after that. Get it? Make sense?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I have to hit it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this time, because
Yeah.
you've never used this before.
Okay. The Constitution saving throw is DC 13.
Yes, he keeps failing.
Ah, yeah!
Yes! His rolls are our rolls tonight.
Ah, skeet.
Okay.
We're all bad today.
Gotta watch out.
So the target.
Yeah.
So the Yagigama is now stunned until the end of my turn.
Nice.
He's stunned?
End of
Stunned.
Until the end of my next turn.
Your
Oh,
next
next
turn.
yeah,
Okay,
next
okay. I was like, this turn's done.
Yeah.
That's dope.
yeah. Do we don't have stun, so we're just gonna use restraint because that's effective.
We don't have stun.
Do we have stun?
We should.
No, I
Oh, we
asked.
do have stun.
Like, that seems like a pretty common one.
Right.
Cool. Thanks for fact checking me.
Yeah, brother.
Okay. So.
Mike.
Oh. The creature and Odette.
Oh. Like,
Don't mind me.
Liana's so upset she's gonna punch the blinds.
Good. We have faction on, everybody.
Right down a little.
Little bit down.
You have
Oh
to use the
God.
actual camera to do that.
A little better. Okay.
move your
Yeah, we really need to fix the map. But we'll figure it out.
We need a drone operator.
Half
We had a
time.
napkin, but
Yeah. Somebody
which
fucked
we
it up.
can't even fix during halftime. Anyway,
Anyways, we could fix it. We could stop the stream and start it all over again.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We'll figure it out.
I see why not,
Halftime.
but we'll talk about it.
Alright. So you stunned the creature. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Next is going to be Guapo.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, wait, now that it's stunned, sorry, I want to hide behind the tree.
Retreat and hide behind the tree.
Yeah,
you
because
can't take its attack of opportunity
yeah.
against you because it's stunned.
Oh, nice.
How far away am I from
That's a good
him?
strat.
20 feet about?
From where you're at,
Yeah.
that's about 65, 70 feet.
Perfect. Okay. So since this is my first attack in this combat,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate Dread Ambusher. So normally I get extra attack anyway, so I'm going to get 3 attacks for
Okay.
this turn only. So I'm going to use my short bow this time to try and hit him.
Can you just put it on map only for me?
Did you get
Or
an
I guess it's not map only. It would be
Are you
left
fucking
player,
serious?
right player, somebody. Whatever one the map's on.
First one is that one.
Here.
Which
Gosh.
which one are you using? Your short bow,
was
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cocked.
11 plus. Second one is 19 to hit.
Okay.
Third one is 16 to hit, so it only hits
Okay.
once, right?
Go ahead and roll damage twice for me. The first one will be for the Yagigama. I guess no. The first one will be for Odette.
Our sweet, sweet Odette.
God.
Oh, that's getting a scar on the ass.
4.
In the panic of just seeing this creature and watching it, you know, it's shifting, it's moving. Even its movements are terrifying. You fire your bow off, and as you do, the arrow kind of just arcs down and to the left. You're not really familiar with the short bow, not like you are the long bow.
Right.
And you watch as it embeds itself behind the ribs. The shaft is sticking out at a downward angle from Odette, who takes the damage but is not currently presently here.
She's gonna be mad at me.
Panning was amazing, guys. That was teamwork makes the dream work.
Then for the
You can
Yagigama,
go
7
further.
damage.
7
take
damage
4
for the
damage.
Yagigama.
Oh, just kidding, just kidding.
Wanapo shot you in the ass.
Oh, cool. 4 damage, sorry.
Hey,
It's okay.
hey,
It happens.
try this one. Try that one for me.
End of the round, top of the round, the creature's turn. It stands
Oh,
there. Did you not go? Oh,
No,
yeah, you did.
and I rolled
6.
pretty
You're 6.
shitty.
You're 6. Sorry.
Okay.
I
I thought
rolled
13
pretty
was the
good.
bottom.
I'm
No,
surprised that I was
I'm
at the
bad.
bottom.
19, 14, 19.
I had 23.
6. You said 13.
I said 23.
Oh, you can be top of the round
I
next
don't
time.
want to be top of the round now.
Okay, well,
you
you're
put
gonna
me
be-
Yes! No!
You're 13.
Please,
You're 13
I
now.
I would like to run up next to Odette on the other side of the tree.
Okay.
I'm going to grab some leaves off
You're
the
no
tree.
longer invisible, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab some leaves off the tree, slap them together in my hand, and just crumple them. And I'm just going to say, Morrigan, please cast this Hell Fury on this bitch. And I'm going to throw these leaves on the ground, and you're going to watch
Please cast
a
Hell Fury.
Frey Dryad come up.
Okay. That's what they are. They're dryads. They're not
Dryads.
Spriggans. They're not Spriggans.
Thank you.
Yeah, and there's going to be a real pissed off, sexy looking Dryad right in front of me. And she's going to have this nice black drool coming out of her teeth. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would like her to run up to that motherfucker and attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for attack.
I can appreciate that.
So I don't think anyone's
That's
rolled
bond 1
17,
point right there.
so we don't know if
Sure.
that
Yeah, we don't
hits.
yet. 16 definitely missed.
Anybody? How many another one of them
You reload.
tasty adult beverages? Reloading!
Yeah,
Reloading!
I got you. He gets or she gets advantage on it. The first
For
one.
what?
The first one was a 14. Her first attack, because it is a furious
I see,
creature,
I see.
it gets advantage on
Oh,
its
okay.
first attack roll.
Okay.
Also, is he stunned? And also, doesn't he get...
He's stunned until her turn.
Yeah, but also didn't Guanapo give it disadvantage or
Someone else
something?
gave it
On
disadvantage.
its
Give it
next
disadvantage on its
attack.
attack.
Oh, it's attack.
For its next attack.
Okay, so that's going to be a 20.
Okay.
It is a 1d6 plus 3 plus the spell's piercing damage plus 1d6 force damage. So let me do some math. I gotta do some
What the
math
hell
real
was
quick,
that?
but it's basically 2d6.
I
which
fully
is-
expect you guys to know how to do that stuff, because, like,
Stuff stacks.
yeah.
40.
It's gonna be 11 total damage.
Okay. Sounds
Part
a lot
of
scarier.
that is
Yeah, it did.
yeah. Part of that is force damage, and part of that is piercing damage. So.
Okay. Noted. Okay. That ends your turn? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. The creature, as you see it standing there, is like, it's like struggling to move, and you see its arms are kind of creaking, and it's like there's this internal conflict, and then it vanishes.
That did not take long.
It appears right behind Guanapo, and it is going to take its attacks against
Not
you.
my little man.
Me.
Disadvantage for the first one.
The first one is at disadvantage. The creature. Well, I don't know how to explain this properly. As soon as it appears behind you, you get the feeling that it probably can't be stunned. Which is legitimately on here if anybody wants to check.
Wow, that's
That's some
homebrew bullshit.
Hey man.
That'd be great on a shirt.
Right, that's
Oh,
some
bullshit.
bullshit.
Okay.
That'd make a great shirt.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
It's going to
okay.
take 2 attacks against you. Both claws. The first one at disadvantage, which you should be thankful for.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So the first one is going to be 22 to hit.
It hits.
At disadvantage?
Okay, really?
The second one's going to be 24 to
He
hit.
has the twins out.
Actually, I pulled out my metal dice because the twins were letting me down pretty bad.
God.
They're on timeout. 26. I'm gonna need another D6.
He's 22 hit.
22 at
I hate
disadvantage.
what he
You
does.
little
Does
5,
22
my
hit?
man.
27, does that hit?
37
Does a 35 hit?
From now on, I'm just gonna say no.
8 and 9 hits
Yeah,
damage.
Nope,
What?
doesn't.
You take 8 and 9 from the immediate slashing damage, and then you take
Maybe the golden elf will come
As
back
it
and actually
slashes through you, you feel this energy just start to pulse in your body, and it just kind of like crackles and arcs around you. And you can smell the ozone start to ionize around you, and you take an additional 7 points of lightning damage.
The hellfire is that?
And looking at it,
We're all gonna die!
you can see as its hand swipes across you, as
My
it moves,
poor
there seems to
little
be
boy.
this static
your
that
guys'
erupts
way of
from its
saying I
body.
don't need to stream anymore.
Right.
Sounds like an all-out slaughter fest.
Mike kills us the first fucking.
I'm
row.
not afraid to kill any of you
Episode
right
4,
now.
we're all dead.
I mean, one of you might survive. We'll see.
Oh, fuck you.
He's like, I hate all your characters.
During halftime, we'll have to
Figure
reroll
it out.
characters.
We shouldn't have called the thing here.
That is going to end its turn. Top of the round is going to be you. You're stuck in spot. You see these beautiful colors just dancing
Do we
across your
still have
face.
how it's happening?
You can just see him standing
Can I,
on top.
okay, so while it's my turn, but it's not
Yeah.
my turn, can I move any parts of my body?
Um,
Can I move my hands in front of my face?
yeah, I'll say you can move your hands in front of your face. But you are in trance. It's more like Hypnotoad, like where you're high, and you're like, look at how big my hands are. Like, I've never noticed.
So it's like you're
Like
on
the whole
shrooms?
I'm not worried.
perception of the area around you is gone, and you are just entranced by the colors and the sounds, and it's all
Oh,
beautiful
man.
and like yeah, it's more woe man than like, you know, you're fucking stupid or stuck, something like that. It's like you took serious drugs.
Okay, I don't know what else to do.
We should just make friends with
You're in
it.
Happy Land right now.
Yeah, just
I
sit there for a
am
sec.
gonna. Can I like take like my bonus action because I want to heal and then do my
Yeah,
main
I don't
action?
care
Okay, cool.
which order you do it in.
Thank you, appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and cast Healing Word, and I'll do Powers of Silence and Peace, Heal Thy Body, and I'm going to do Healing Word to Guanapo.
That's exactly what it is.
Fucking bullshit. We should not know our stats.
Right.
There should be a third party that does all the that does all the.
Whew.
Would you consider that a human or a
Uh,
beast? Creature? Monster?
take
I have
10
it written down right
points
here.
of healing.
I have it.
Okay.
You can
And
try whatever you
then,
want though.
No, it's not a human going on up there. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I'm
Try
going to go
whatever you want.
ahead and then cast
It's 15 feet.
blindness and deafness. I
Okay.
bring you darkness and cold silence. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Fuck you. Yeah, okay.
Wait.
You realize after
It
you
can't
cast
be
the spell,
blinded.
it doesn't have eyes, and
You said sockets.
so I
Yeah,
sockets. It doesn't have
sockets.
eyes,
Okay, but I
And it
also
seems to
can
know where
give
you're at, so
You
deafness
get an
too.
extra attack.
and it doesn't appear to have any sort of naturally occurring fleshy organ to
Then
be
how
some
does
sort
it
of
do
hearing.
any
That's what I'm
movement?
asking, so I get 3 shots.
There has to be. Okay, that's
I
some
don't know.
bullshit.
You
How
get
does
your-
it
you
make
get your normal
movement?
The creature cannot be blinded or deafened.
Your extra is it-
Homebrew,
attack
homebrew
twice.
bullshit.
Homebrew
Homebrew bullshit.
Tell me
Homebrew
back.
bullshit.
Call what you want.
2.
So you'd be
You
able
can
to
shoot
attack
4 times. I've been able to shoot 4 times this entire time.
Yeah.
Gotta read your shit, bro.
Gotta read
What a
your
scrub.
shit.
What a scrub.
What is it?
God.
What is the?
He has.
It says extra attack. It says
he
you
has
can
extra
attack,
attack.
twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Get
Any
fucked.
attack action, he gets 2 attacks.
Get fucked, dude.
I'm then
But
gonna
I'm-
take
I'm-
my
I think it's-
movement.
You might want to check yours then too, because you're a melee
You
class
gotta
too, so you
read
might
all
get
the
extra
fucking-
attack
It's
twice.
not always
Yeah,
clear.
it's
You
not
gotta
always
read all
clear.
your stuff that combines. And also, like when she comes
Stack, stack, stack,
because
guys.
you
Feats,
have
right.
you have the forest in your turn, you could help her find
Look,
something.
man, you guys have bullshit stats too.
You know, like stuff like that.
I'm not
Kinda
the
like-
only
Hey,
one.
Guanapo, can you
Bullshit
move
stats.
me
I'm literally sitting
on
there
top
like
of,
like a
You
turd on a
gotta
log.
read stats.
like, not the very top, the secondary?
Make an athletics
He's
check
behind
to
the
try
tree?
and find the thing.
Yeah, it's about
Or
5
do you
feet
want-
tall to that ledge.
Like there?
Yes. Sorry, that came with some attitude. I
Yeah.
didn't ever do that.
Yeah, that's what I fucking said.
Little attitude.
Wait,
Think
am I,
you used to
is
yelling
like
at the
15.
boondock?
am I technically
She's
charmed?
used to yelling at the boondock. so
Can I
she-
do some like acrobatics, like bending
on.
shit, like
Yeah,
ba,
it's
ba, ba?
quick and
Okay.
it's you know it's fluid and natural.
19.
Am I charmed? Is
You
that what
are.
a charmed?
Yeah.
Dude, you can't say trance. You know that I'm not that good at this. I literally get saved. I get 2. I get an advantage on that, so I might still be up.
Okay, so yeah, save it. Let's hear it.
Gotta read,
Just for talking shit, I'm gonna get a nat 1.
It's okay.
You don't want to do it in that box is what you don't want to do.
Damn.
You gotta do your drop effects, man.
No.
Same shit. 13, I think, right? Is that what I rolled last time?
You have this moment of like, wait,
On the edge.
aren't I fighting? Dude, look at that fucking bird.
So we gotta befriend it, and that way it can just get us high.
Yeah, we just
All
sit
the
around
time.
all day.
I would say
You
at this
know,
point you all notice around you, at this point in the battle, the moss, the algae, whatever it is that seems to be growing on a lot of the boulders, a lot of the trees around here, has started to pulse with this soft blue light that looks oddly familiar to you. That completes your turn.
Yeah.
Next is going to be Odette.
Alright, I'm gonna run up to it. I'm going to.
Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry, the Boontosh, right? I have it written right here, and I
Okay.
fucked that up.
Wow.
Always fucking.
My bad.
Alright, so I'm going to
So you're on deck.
shimmy.
Shimmy.
Back. You just get around the tree.
Shimmy back. And then I am going to close my eyes and dig out with my mind into the consciousness of this creature, and I'm going to attack it with Mind Spike. And he has to make a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
God. Fortunately, I rolled a natural 16,
Wow.
and it's Wisdom's plus 7.
Bring those dice back out.
Hey.
Okay,
it's the metal
so...
one.
Damn it, that sucked. Okay, so... Half is so 3d8 and then half of that of damage.
Oh hell yeah! I'm glad I saved.
Plus, I would have known where he was
The rest of
wherever
the
he
time.
went for an hour.
Ooh, that's creepy. Man, I should have that one.
15 points of damage. Cut in half, 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Psychic damage, if it matters.
No, I mean you. As you focus, you kind of like close your eyes and you reach your mind outward, and you make contact with everything around you. There's a couple trees, there's a couple birds, and there's this really like horrible sense of like doom and dread that you come in contact with. And as soon as your brain grasps onto it, this immediate battle begins between the two of you, and you have to kind of like pivot. And it's like this dance, this fencing of the minds, and you find this like hole. You see it just for a split second, this hole, and it's mental defensive, and you slide that spike right into it, and you hear it kind of screech out like. But other than that, man, anything else?
I've shimmied, I've shot, I'm good.
Okay. Now it's Odette's turn.
Oh, I know.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I think we
going
need to put
to-
something a little further back. Anyways,
I'm gonna walk up to it
okay.
and then hoof it with my hooves.
You do have. Okay. Is right there good?
Yep.
Okay. You come crashing down with your hooves.
20, not a nat 20 though.
20 hits.
4.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
Ooh,
Hits.
feeling good. It's getting warmed up over here.
Just gotta get warmed up.
Found the die.
5.
Okay.
Gonna use a key point.
Okay.
My key points are empty for whatever
So I
reason.
don't get a saving throw.
Did you
Alright.
put your long rest in from?
Oh no. It just for some reason.
Yeah, it just took because I just used 3, so
Yeah, so you should have what?
Yeah.
3 left.
no 2.
2.
Mhm. 18. Okay, so 1 hit.
18 hits.
Yeah, 10.
Okay.
And then
Hey, DJ.
a little too
Yeah.
quiet in these woods right now. I'm gonna use my last key point.
Okay. Did you roll 2 hits?
Yeah, I rolled 2 at a time.
I have my own music.
It's really good.
Well, 1 hits.
The Boontosh is just sitting in the corner like air guitar like and you just like you look at him and you're like, That is an ancient bard technique, sir.
Right.
6 more points of
That
damage.
takes time.
6 more points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. And that completes your turn.
Yep.
Next is going to be Gormpa.
Hold on. I need to.
The creature is breathing over you. The foul breath that seems to come out of it just slides down over your personages.
Does it look hampered at all right now?
It looks totally fine.
Fuck.
So if I try to move, he's gonna do an attack of opportunity.
He has quite the positioning over you.
Okay.
Take that out.
How many? Is he like right on top of me? Basically?
He is right on top of me. Even as you stand there, being like not the tallest of the people in this group, this creature towers over you. It is easily 3 times your height, and it is breathing down over top of you. Getting this up close and personal to it, you can see the ribs of the creature. In between each one, there's this cracked surface of this bark-like skin. And from inside, there's just this blue essence that leaks out and dissipates within a couple inches of the body. But it just leaks out. And from where you know it's been hit, you can see there are bigger chunks of the bark that seem to be missing. The creature is just lumbering. It has just slashed through you, and it is coming back, rearing up for another strike.
Can I disengage?
You sure could, yeah.
Okay. What do I need to do for that?
You just say you disengage.
Okay. So I disengage.
One of your bonus
and then,
actions.
Let me.
Wait, that's just a bonus action?
Yeah, because you're not a rogue. Are you a rogue?
No, I'm a ranger.
Ranger. It is an
So
action
that's
to
my
disengage.
An action, and then can I move after that? Though?
Yeah, sure could. Where'd you like to go?
Put me 30 feet out towards.
Okay, so you make it
maybe
about.
behind if I can get behind a tree.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably get just behind the tree.
Okay, and then that's it,
Okay.
Squawking the whole way.
basically.
Yep. At this point, let's see.
Oh, don't at this point mean something else coming into play.
A second, Yagigama.
Yeah. It raises its fist up and smashes it into the ground. As it does so, wait for it.
I don't wanna.
I hope the suspense is killing you.
It's not consensual.
No, it's not the suspense, it's the actual attack that's gonna kill us.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm above ground at this point. I mean,
Yep. Where's my D&D Beyond at? There it is.
You're playing Tremors over there. Is that an obscure reference? Is that obscure?
I love Tremors. Such a good movie.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon at his finest.
Come on, man. There it is. Sorry. I should have had this up.
You'd be yelling at us if we were taking this long.
I know.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, your turn would be
All right.
over.
So it smashes its fist into the ground. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh my.
Definitely.
5.
The big
It
rolls.
smashes into the ground, and as it looks up at you, you feel the skin in your cheeks start to move and shift. And you reach up to touch it, and you pull your hand back, and there's a maggot in your hand. As
Ew,
just
I hate
from
maggots! Oh, what's
every
wrong with you?
from underneath your eyelids, like 20 of them just.
Oh,
And you just
Oh.
and you're like trying to swipe it, and you like you end up prancing about 5 feet this way.
freaking Constantine up in this beach.
Ew, gross. I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't want it.
Perfect. And you also take 9 points of damage as these creatures just start spilling out of you, and you can feel the poison soak of this evil, malignant energy course through your body.
Behind a tree.
No. That's gross.
That is gross. Next is going to be you went Fan.
I am going to pick up.
Huh?
That's something he summoned.
Yeah, that's something he's on.
I'm going to grab some dirt on the ground, and I'm going to turn around and face the creature. And I'm just kind of blow on the dirt and just whisper to myself, Sylvanas, let's fur fuck this motherfucker. And then I am going to
Okay.
cast and make 2 black bears, or brown bears appear behind the creature about 10 feet.
Why you gonna make it brown bears? I don't know where the brown bears are at.
They're in there. They should be.
Better be.
I think they're in the phone.
Oh, got them. They're twins. Twins, Basil.
Twins behind. I want them to
Behind
come
the
from
creature.
behind. You're gonna watch them basically rise from the frickin' dirt in the ground. Yeah, and then I would like them. Let me make sure I can attack with them. I know the other guy can. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures. Oh, they have their own initiative.
Roll them together.
Yeah, it's together. They're gonna be a 9. They don't have any pluses.
That'll be just before your turn then.
Okay, so they have to wait, is what you're telling me. Okay, that's fine. And then that's gonna end my turn. I'm gonna kind of hide behind the tree with Guanapo. Then my Fae.
You come sliding in, and there's this large like spray of dirt that just like peppers Guanapo, and you have to like kind of shield yourself for a second.
That's
You
true.
Hurty.
And my delicious furious dryad over there has a 40-foot movement.
Okay.
How far does that get?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Right in front. Let's put her there.
It would probably still be about 5 to 10 feet outside.
Yeah,
of this.
and as she runs, there's just like black drool oozing from her face as she's just making the nastiest noises.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Your bear's standing behind it, heaving.
She's straight from hell.
Their brown fur, the same ruddy color as the ground floor. You see on their shoulders there is a little bit of the blue moss. And the dryad, every time it takes a step, just more of this inky, disgusting filth falling from its mouth. I would say you make a mental note not to step in it at this point.
Yep.
Top of the round. The creature is going to... What's it going to do? Yagigama.
God, I'm hoping I put enough shit around it. It's busy.
Grabs, it takes its hand and starts raking at the dirt. It picks up this boulder and stands up to its full height, kind of squares off
Oh god.
with
Hey,
you
boulders.
and throws the boulder as hard as it can
Oh,
underhanded
great.
At who?
at
What is it
Guanapo.
going for me?
I mean, Guanapo's behind a tree, so
I'm behind the tree.
So I would.
disadvantage on your roll.
I didn't think about
You're
that.
the DM.
Yeah.
I mean, he could
Should've
look
gone
at
for a
somebody
dead.
else,
That's the closest
but you
person.
kind of said it already.
Stand
Yeah.
by me.
Stand by me.
Well, it was the same
Serious.
attack.
Stand by me.
Oh, okay.
It's a 24 to hit with the twins.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And I rolled a disadvantage.
Someone needs to stand
Both
by
of them
me.
were 15.
Just what?
Both of them are 15. But I will say you are standing behind the tree, so you have like a +5 to your AC. So what's your AC?
Not 20.
21 would be it.
Trying to share, it's 21? Or it would be
16 plus
21.
5.
Oh, okay. 24
So
so
here, I was just
it like arcs
Has
at the
plus
bullet.
9?
Has a +9.
So what's the damage?
Give me 1 second here.
Boulders are usually pretty high for damage.
Boy!
We know from
Does it
We
work
know
if
from
you hit the tree at
experience.
all?
No, it's got a wanted throw.
Let me pull out a couple more d10s.
Oh.
God, I'm dead. I'm gonna die here.
He threw a boulder at you?
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
hit
I know
on
how
the-
much those hit for.
Yeah.
Curved around the tree.
I've hit many of
19
you guys
points
with
of damage
boulders.
as the boulder slams
Oh, light.
through the
That's
tree
light.
and you
got
get
lucky.
just showered with splinters. They embed themselves in the fur, but the thing that hurts the most is the probably 2.5 foot boulder that just gets slammed into your chest and the air gets knocked out of you. As you fall down, you kind of grab onto Fan and like hold yourself up. And are you still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you are?
You look at him with this like frustrated, timid,
Luca.
scared look. Good. Anything? No, that's the end of its turn. No, it's not.
That was bullshit.
And then it'll turn. It's gonna say "fuck you" to the bears because it doesn't give a shit about them, and it's gonna turn and reach over here and take a swipe at you.
Or the fake
One
creature
attack.
coming at it?
Great.
Yeah, it doesn't give a fuck about those.
God, so many things. Coming at this, and it's like still going. Should we run?
It's focused.
Should we just make the determination to get the fuck out?
25 to hit. I'm assuming that
But
hits.
that's like, I'm doing fine.
Are you serious?
Cancel this.
25.
You take.
He's got +9.
Yeah, he's plus 9.
No, you hear what I said? I go. Did you hear what I said? I go misses. So you have to say to him.
30.
He says that.
No, 30.
He
10.
deserves it.
10 points of.
I
I was like,
No. 10 points of slashing damage, and you take
45.
3 points of lightning damage as the energy kind of courses through you. Not a fucking tiny creature, guys. I mean, you're doing damage though, which is nice.
Yeah,
And that is going to complete.
What? Barely any damage?
Mike literally took away.
I've done 11 damage
Mike took
so
away your power shot.
I've only done like 20 damage. He seems to be fine.
And that's going to complete its turn. You are still just standing there, and as you guys are doing this, who's closest? I would say
Oh, me and
she is, yeah, or he is.
me and
Guanapo. You're standing there, you're holding on, and you're like, where the fuck's the other ranger? And you look up, and you see him, and he's just standing there with this goofy look on his face. And you have this moment of like, fuck that guy. That's your turn. Luke, go for it.
Well, since I'm out of commission.
I love you.
Good night, Hunter.
I am going to yell, "Run, you fools! Run, you fools!" And I am going to use my action
Okay.
to turn into Sarah. And I'm going to yell, Jeremy.
It's gonna be kind of difficult.
Given what?
Oh, wait.
You've only seen her from like a distance.
Yeah, but like I could have easily seen her though. Come on, her face.
Make a performance check.
I
For
was
me.
just she had to use two
14.
hands. Oh yeah.
14.
Oh, it's iffy.
I would say it's. You feel good about it, but there's that moment of like, is this gonna be good enough?
The thing's 60 feet away from you, so at least at that distance, maybe.
So
and
you
then-
transform.
Right.
Does that take an action?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So as my bonus action, I'm going to do. Oh, hold up. How far is Guanapo from me?
She's about
Like roughly, like what? Like
80,
80?
or more.
Oh, you're here, so you're.
Yeah, you're on the opposite sides of the battlefield at this point.
okay.
Please.
I'm gonna do Mantle of Inspiration and use my last bardic inspiration.
Okay.
No, that's not the last one. Woo. Mantle of Inspiration, and I'm going to inspire the closest ones to me, which is Odette.
Odette, and it would be a tie between like Naboon Tosh and Fan.
I would have to be Naboon Tosh then. Yeah, I would do both of them.
What's the distance on that?
The distance is 60. Would I get Naboon
You
Tosh?
wouldn't get Naboon Tosh.
Okay, then I'll just do Odette. She
She
gains 8 temporary hit points, and she gets to move 60. She gets to move her speed without provoking opportunity of attack.
Okay, so you get 8 temporary hit points, and you can move if you'd like to.
Big back.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Whoa. Sounds like Chris coming through
So
the
I
radio.
want to move behind the bright green tree.
Behind the bright green tree, your speed's what, 50?
Yeah.
8 million? Ludicrous speed. Okay, is that your turn?
My movement, I'm gonna take it, and I want to go my max movement
Which
to
is...
30 feet.
Okay.
And I want to see, because I'm guessing this is like a cliff of some sort.
It's like a hill, cliff. There's some rocky outcroppings here. It's
Okay.
very uneven terrain.
Then can I get
Definitely not
as
flat.
much as my 30 to? I want to potentially try to get on the other side of that hill.
Okay.
I be able to
Yeah,
do
I
that?
would say you could probably...
It's rough terrain, and I
If
have
you
30.
wanted to jump off the end of
I want
it,
to do the out here.
if you wanted to jump off the end of it, I'd say you could, but you run the risk of getting injured because of the fall.
I want to do like a Wesley kind of acrobatic.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me. Or acrobatics, excuse me.
That's a nat 20, and that is a 4 plus
Woo!
24
You land
on this.
in this perfect superhero pose, and you're like, fuck yeah, who? Nobody can see me.
And that's the end of my turn.
Cool.
You're just bouncing around back there.
Hell yeah! Doing some
yeah,
cool
yeah.
shit.
Until it transforms and comes to you. Next is what? The boom tosh? A few legendary action, I'll slap you in the head.
I was this close, but I decided against it, so.
Oh, damn.
What is
That
that?
means you
Next
have
is
them.
going
Oh,
to
that's a confirmation
Boom
of we're
tosh.
fucked. Legendary actions were only level 5. That's not
There's
fair.
6 of you.
Shut the fuck up.
5 and a
There's
half.
6 of you.
So we basically called
Five
the
and a
big,
half.
the big bad evil guy. We called to him.
Yeah.
If we beat this, do we beat your whole campaign?
Yeah, your game's over.
Yeah, that's his only
next
guy.
DM.
Yes.
Next DM.
There's no more.
Okay, shimmying has been good so far, so I'm going to shimmy. I am going to shimmy over behind Fan and Guanabo.
Okay.
And then right before I get there, I'm going to again cast Mind Spike.
Okay.
And understanding a little darkness myself, I'm not afraid of his darkness that he shows me.
No.
So I cast Mind Spike, and he has to make a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
Got the twins out. And they let me down.
Woo!
Yes!
The twins are my favorite right now. I love them.
I want you to remember that next time you play.
Why are they called the twins?
The twins are doing us justice.
Well, we
Alright,
call
so
them
one's a boy
twins
and one's a girl.
because, yeah,
But
'cause
they're
they're
the same material, they're the same swirling pattern.
Nice.
They're the twins. They're
Alright,
so
so,
let's roll them together.
And I do roll them together typically.
so he takes 4d8 of psychic damage.
Stop it.
27 points of damage, psychic damage.
Oh, shit!
And
dude.
now for the next hour, I know exactly where he is, no matter where he is, as long as he's on this plane of existence.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah, cool.
Keywords, this plane of existence.
This plane of existence.
Plane.
Yeah.
Noted.
Is he kissable?
Knowing that same wedge that you previously stuck in there, you go in for a second attack with
Nice.
this like corrupt energy just kind of coursing through you for a moment, and you just put all of the hate and frustration and every bad feeling you've had over the last month, and you just wedge it into this spot, and you hear the creature just. And as it's trying to, you see it blinks out of existence for a second, and then immediately, like fades back in, like a just a flicker on the TV screen,
Oh.
like it had tried to teleport, but
Like
because you did that, it couldn't.
All right,
and then you
I'm
finish your movement
finishing
back over
behind
here.
them. Yes,
Okay.
and that ends my turn.
Dope.
God, I wanted that
Nice.
so bad.
Next is gonna be Odette.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to it again.
Okay.
I
run right back. I run right back. Yeah, we'll see. You can make it. You're
You're a
fire.
hardcore
I'm gonna use my
horsey.
mini dice. Let's see. To punch with the hose.
Punch it with my hose.
Damn it.
Mike Tyson was mean.
My mini dice
This one?
suck tonight.
Mike Tyson?
Do you see his pictures on 56
17. I got a 17. Does it hit?
Yeah.
17 does not hit.
Okay, so 18 is a for sure hit.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
17 does not hit.
No.
Okay.
Alright, cool, now we know.
I'm gonna use my
17 does
bonus
not hit the
action to
Yagigama, so
charge.
it's definitely a mid.
Wait, did you see the one where they got mine to be like
Come on!
All
Alright.
misses.
Yeah.
You come running up, and the creature is kind of like, you can see it like trying to grasp at its head, but the shape of its arms prohibit it from actually being able to touch its face. And you have this moment of pity, and in that pang of like, oh fuck, you come at it with your hooves, and it just grabs you by the torso and stares at you, and then moves you to the side. It looks distracted, and it is looking past you.
Pass me to what?
I don't know, it's looking at
Can I
something
tell
behind
what
you.
he's looking at?
Something behind you. Anything else you can do in your
I
turn?
hope so.
I'm about to get pelted in the head.
Right.
Do I have another action?
No, right? Because you have, so you get 2 attack actions.
Yeah.
And then you have your bonus attack.
Yeah. And I moved.
And you moved.
Okay, now.
As it moves you aside, the creature kind of doubles over suddenly, like it was actually hit, like you actually impacted it, and you're like, what the fuck? And you watch the skin in its abdomen starts to ripple, and you watch this sprouting finger start to erupt, and just quickly, and like, have you ever seen burning magnesium? Have you ever seen burning magnesium, anybody?
No.
It grows super fast. It's fascinating. Check it out. Internet, watch it. And you just watch this limb just erupt out of its stomach, and there's another hand hanging out of its abdomen at this point. The one that was on its back earlier when you guys had seen it isn't there right now.
Okay.
It now has 3 arms.
Just really
What is that other little
That
arm?
means
Oh, I can't
3
really see what
attacks.
that little
I
arm
got
looks
you,
like.
Travis.
Read between the lines.
Jesus, that's the end of your turn. Next is gonna be Guanapo.
DJ, that's my DJ.
Okay.
What the hell? Why is it
You have
keep going
those
back to
8
like
from
that
her,
weird
right?
shit, no?
She gave you 8
Oh
temporary
yeah, you
points.
took
Okay.
some of that. No, not
She
recently.
did it again.
Oh.
No, who
No,
did
I
it?
couldn't
She
reach
only
her.
did it
I
Oh,
never
right,
got
right,
over
right.
that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
If I were to pull out a rope right now, would that count as a bonus action?
I'll give you a free action.
Okay.
It's probably a pretty big rope, and it's probably one of the things that's easily accessible in your pack.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull out a rope and I look at Fan and I say, "Be right back." And I touch the rope, and it starts to descend into the air, just hangs there, and I climb up it.
Okay.
I disappear inside, and I pull the rope up with me, and there's just nothing.
Okay. Is that a spell?
Climb into an empty.
You wanna
Great.
here, come here.
Nope,
You
nope.
wanna
It's
look
all
at
you.
it? No,
It's
okay.
all you. I like it. I like the flavor. And I, as the Yagigama, I'm like, what the fuck?
And attacks cannot get through to it. Attacks cannot come out of it, but
Oh.
I can see what's going on.
So you're like in a little skybox of invisibility.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn? Guanapo?
What's that?
Is that the
Yeah,
end of your
that's
turn?
Hey, she
Okay.
can take a little time. It's
Next
20 minutes
is
to
gonna be
focus.
Fan.
First is going to be my creature. The bears. They rolled their initiative.
Yep.
So they are going to both go up behind the Yagigama, and they are going to finger fuck it with their claws.
Whoa.
They
One
each
sec.
get 2 attacks, by the way.
Dang.
So,
So-
since you targeted something,
The first 2
does that mean it's roll higher? Or is it
No. We are flanking at the moment, so I do get.
You are flanking? You
Yeah,
said behind
I'm
it.
flanking with
Odette.
Odette.
Oh,
is the
this
goal.
one is.
Yes.
This one would not be.
So we will roll the flanking bears 2 attacks first.
Great.
Hell yeah.
22.
Hits.
I like asking you it when I know. So
That's 48.
Here to fuck good.
that's going to be a 5 as he sinks his teeth right into the side of the Yagigama.
Okay.
You go, Shema.
The second hit is going to be a. Does a 23 hit by
No, it
chance?
actually misses.
Okay, yeah. Fuck you. Oh wait, just kidding. That's a 2d6 for that one. And that one's going to be a 9 as he takes his claw and just gashes that motherfucker.
Okay.
The next
How much
one,
was that total?
9
14.
plus 14
14
total. The next bear's going to come up not at advantage, and he's going to make his 2 attacks. The first one's going to be a 23.
Okay.
Does that hit?
And that one,
Does that?
we're going to go the bite attack on that one since that's what I did the first time. Oh, fuck that dice. That's going to be a 5 as he sinks his teeth into that guy.
Okay.
Another 23! Fucking, I rolled 17 4 times.
So that's a face.
What are you doing over
Holding
there?
on to my, I used to have this harness that
Suspenders.
I would hook my fingers into, and I would sit like that.
And now you're just doing
but
it
now
to
I
your
just
pecs.
now I just do it to my boobs.
In
They're
that
not
one,
pecs, don't lie.
that one is going to be 13 damage as he sinks his claws into the back of the Yagigama.
Okay. So how much was that on the second bear?
On the second bear, the first one was 5 plus my.
13 total.
It'd be 18 total.
18 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll end the bear's turn.
Got it. Okay. As your bears come crashing into it, it seems to wake up this creature from whatever it was focused on.
Yeah.
And you see it kind of like turn around. It's like trying to bat these things off, and seeing that it's surrounded, it just puts both its claws together, the two main arms, and you see the third one kind of just starts raking at the chest. And as the bluish blood hits the ground, there's this static feeling in the air, and you hear this, and the creature thunder steps.
Oh shit!
Great.
Right here.
Fuck you and all that you work
And,
for!
Oh god, it's Fan's turn right now.
Yeah. No, totally understand, but we need to.
I'm just gonna.
I know you're doing your legendary shit.
Yeah, it's a legendary.
I know. Yeah, and this pause is brought to you by Debbie and her Odette character who
Great.
does things, and it's a horse.
Constitution saving throw for your bears and Odette and.
Don't they get an opportunity attack?
Nope.
Not with Thunderstep.
Constitution saves, you say?
Constitution saves.
Got both those.
Yeah, Constitution saves.
Thunderstep's a dope spell.
It is a dope spell.
I got an 8 and a 9.
It's okay. I'm just
Well,
Gonna say they're taking damage.
12? Okay.
Yeah, like 3d10, dude.
Okay.
Probably more for him.
It's gonna be 24 points of damage.
Oh, they're both still up!
to me,
Yeah. As the.
I think I'm. Yeah.
Are you dead?
all you had to do was bring me near you. And
Yeah,
you
the
fell.
lightning just crashes down into the space where the Yagigama's at. You watch as a surge of energy hits the bluish, moss-like blood that seems to be forming on the ground in this puddle and scatters. The energy courses through you, and you go down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm fucking down.
Oh my god.
Long live the horse.
Long live
The
the
bears are
horse!
still up,
Bears are still up.
and it is Fan's turn.
Yeah.
Gotta get
If
you
there's
a
a fucking
skybox.
kid in there, he's dead. to
He's
me.
gonna. My Fey Spirit
He's
is gonna
dead.
bonus action 30 feet.
Okay.
And then it's gonna take its next 40 feet of movement.
Well, it
to
cannot. Does it have dash
Get, it
as
has
a bonus
dash
action?
as a bonus action.
Okay.
We need one of those, we need
It's
one of
technically
those,
called Fey Stem.
Okay, that's fine.
It's like
A very
your
nice-
own homebrew
A
bullshit.
very nice,
Or the
clear, a
reading
very nice,
rainbow.
clear little
What's
thing
that?
we can play together, like on a
Bullshit.
soundboard. On a soundboard, it goes homebrew bullshit. Every time.
Dude, make it, bro. Make it. Get it on your phone so you can whoop homebrew bullshit.
And I just
Get
realized
it.
that
That
it
was an
gets-
easy button.
Easy button. Yeah, that was easy.
I just realized that it
was
gets
homebrew
3
bullshit.
attacks on that motherfucker. It's gonna
Okay.
take its 60 or 40 feet of movement to reach it.
Okay.
It's gonna take its 3 blade attacks.
Go for it.
You got some sauce over there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking dead over
The
here.
first one is gonna be a 21.
21 hits.
Oh yeah, I know. 5, 7, 10, that one's gonna be 13 points of damage for the first swing.
Okay.
It's gonna take a second, and it's gonna roll a 6. So it's gonna miss. The last
sure
one
it's gonna
is
miss?
cocked. Yeah, I'm sure.
Sorry, that misses.
Yeah, 15. Fuck me.
Sorry, that misses.
14.
I'm gonna get a button that just says that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
that misses.
So, a hit on one. I'm good with that.
Does this hit?
Does this hit? So you watch as the creature draws its blade back, and it takes a wide, sweeping gash. It crashes right through the bark-like skin of this creature's back leg, slashes right where some of the bears had been slashing at it and biting at it. The blood spills onto the ground. You guys are actually starting to get through the more tough exterior of this thing and into the more sensitive regions, you feel at this point. As you swing, as the creature swings back around and tries to go for a jab,
What a
it hits
sexy
these
drive.
2 thick, like, sections of the leg, and the
Yeah.
blade doesn't seem to
Yeah.
cut through anything.
So thick.
As it makes its final jab forward, I would say, if you weren't high, you could see it. But Luca, you watch. You're scared shitless right now, but you can see the breasts of this thing just softly jiggling
I'm sorry.
as it just jabs forward, just and you have this moment of like, fuck, that's hot. And then you see the blood, and you're like, that's back to creepy.
Right.
And then Fan is gonna get up to. He's gonna work his ass up to Konak.
You know where he's at all times, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fan's gonna work his way up to Conan.
Okay.
Wherever he goes, if he disappears,
No,
I'll
he-
I need you to make an athletics
If he
check for me.
disappear, yeah, probably.
Boys, alright.
Oh, dude, how'd you get this here? You're amazing.
Yeah.
5.
5?
Oh my god.
You'll probably get there the next round.
Okay. I got
Because
halfway up.
it's a struggle, and with your big toes, like they're not. It's more of like a circular pad more than
Yeah,
it is
not
like a
good for climbing.
human foot. Not
Okay.
good for climbing.
And as I'm climbing up there, I'd like to yell at my bears to start making their way towards him.
Bears.
The bears know that they should follow the menstruation.
Smell the menstruation!
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Good
My
movie.
god.
Good movie. Good movie.
Maga. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Dope. It's the creature's turn. It is fucking confused, and it is staring at you with this passionate, heaving breath. And you can see from these little sections of its body that are cracked open, there's blood pouring down this bright blue, phosphorescent shit. And every time it hits the ground, you watch as it erupts into this mold and spreads. This algae, this whatever it is. It is now going to finish moving towards these. I'm not actually going to move it, but it's going to finish. It doesn't fit very well in this space.
Good enough.
Good enough. And it's going to take 3 attacks against you.
3 attacks!
3 attacks.
The 3 arms.
Yeah, that's right. I don't warn you.
Give me a second.
Ooh!
That was a thick roll.
Wasn't
Holy
it?
shit.
Do you have one of those big D20s?
We need to get one of those.
That would be cool.
10. I'm assuming misses.
Misses.
But then the other 2, the 18 and the 24, seem to hit pretty well. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to make the blue one for the lightning damage one. You take, from the first attack, you take 6 points, and 6 points of piercing damage, slashing damage, and then 6 points of lightning damage. Then you take 13 points of slashing damage and 2 points of lightning damage. Down?
I'm fucking down!
Kill everyone.
This is it. Thanks, guys. Good night.
You fall over.
I'm scared that Chris
Do
looks
you
scared.
stay in the same form when you go unconscious? I'm pretty sure you do. Like,
It says
focusing
it takes...
on it is not part of who you are.
Whoa, what's happening here? Oh, I'm frozen. Never mind.
Get back to me on that. It's happy with its turn. That's going to be Luca, who's unconscious. You, who are just daydreaming about frogs and butterflies and what was that beautiful singing you just heard? There's like a choir going on. This is amazing. You really haven't had this much fun in a long time. It's nice to relax once in a
Meanwhile,
while.
everyone's falling. And
Next is going to be Nabuntosh.
Okay.
You're in your little pocket dimension, so I'm just gonna.
My movement is 30.
I don't know. I'm just gonna put you over here.
Can I make
You
it
can
to
see, though.
Can I
You're
make
the
it
same.
to Odette?
I remain the same.
Yeah, I'd say you can make it.
Get me to Odette, and I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying.
Okay, so you reach over and
I get to touch that sweet, sweet horse.
finally,
oh, the
gets
horse
to touch
ass.
you.
So you reach over and like there's this moment of like you could go for any one of these spots, be like going for the butt. You get a fistful of it. Get a fistful of it. You cast Spare the Dying. You no longer have to make death saves, which is going to be the next thing that you had to do.
So what do I do now?
You're just stable at 0 points, so you're unconscious,
Okay.
But you're not.
but you're not dying.
Go to conditions, perhaps. Maybe you can do that.
It's just
Just do
unconscious.
your death saving throws as all
Just do
successes.
save,
Oh, right.
and you're good.
And
Is
then
that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
You're unconscious and can't do anything. Sorry.
While
This
I'm
is some bullshit.
While I'm sitting, we'll call it my skybox for now,
Okay.
sure.
Your little skybox.
While I'm sitting in it, I'm gonna touch myself and cast Cure Wounds, and I'm gonna do my little church choir noise.
Giggity. You heard it too, right?
There's a little pitchiness to that church choir. Little rise there.
I get 9 points back.
Is it choking the raven for? No, nobody.
Instead
Okay.
of choking the chicken?
Yeah,
Flapping the feathers.
flapping the feathers.
Yeah.
That ends my turn.
Goose and the geese.
You got your hit points back?
Yeah.
Dope. Next is going to be Fed.
Yeah, it's going to be my
And your
bears,
bears.
actually. And I'm going to have one of my bears run. It's full 40 feet. That one that you're touching towards the Yagigama. The other one is going to go grab Odette and start dragging her towards me.
Okay.
So preferably not take the long way around, but
Yeah,
go
it would have.
straight line.
I would say you could probably get
Yeah.
about 15, 20 feet this way.
Yep, I am going to grab Konak. He's much smaller than me,
Jesus.
and I can move larger creatures with ease. That's part of the Luxodon trait.
As soon as you touch him, you reach out and you're like, this motherfucker. You grab him by the shirt and you rip him towards you, and you have this like, oh man, life's so fucking. What's that? Oh my god, what's? And you look around and you can see there is blood. There is gore. People are screaming. There are no birds. There are no frogs. There is no choir music, and all those colors, they went back to sucking, and everything sucks suddenly.
Okay,
You're
do
back.
I notice that he's all of a sudden back as I grab
Yeah,
him?
as you
Is it
grab
pretty
him-
obvious that like, oh,
As you
fuck.
grab him, he
about
kind of
to hit him.
shakes himself and is like, what the fuck? And he looks at you, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm just fucking do something, and I'm gonna jump my ass back down, and I'm gonna start running towards my bear or towards Odette. I'm sorry. I'm gonna run down, jump down towards Odette.
Towards Odette.
Obviously, I couldn't talk, but I thought it had to be.
Can I make it to Odette? Is that like a reasonable distance? I have.
Make an athletics check to see how you land, and we'll go from there.
Shit balls. 14. It's only like a 8-foot drop.
I would say you managed to make it, and you can probably move another 10 feet after that. So you
Okay,
can get
yeah.
to just behind them.
I would like to get up to her, and I'm gonna take my staff. I'm going to.
What is
hit-
going on?
What is going on?
Rubbing
there?
your chest.
No, my dice is staying warm.
I was gonna say, is that your
I was
nipple?
like, what is going on here?
No,
I
my
was like,
nipple
what?
isn't this hard.
The stream just got really interesting.
Right? Jeez. I'm
Did
gonna
the
take
numbers
Full
spike?
contact warning. We
Yeah.
already put it up,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm going to take my staff and tap it on the ground and yell, "Manana nana!" And there's going to be 10 insects
Right, isn't
that
that
fall
what
out
the
of
ones
the
are?
tip of my staff, and I'm just going to take them and kind of grind them up and shove them into Odette's mouth, and you're going to get 10 hit points back.
I would say you probably see. You watch as he goes, and it's this quick motion, and as he does something, just
I
these
get
beetles
10
come
points.
falling off the top of his staff. You
I
watch him
scream
pick
like a
them
little
up,
girl.
and he just grinds them all in one movement and just palms them into Odette's mouth. It's very sickening and disgusting, and for a moment you're like, he's poisoning her.
So I got an exhaustion level 1. Do I still have that?
No,
it-
no, no, no,
it-
yeah,
we long rested, remember?
I know, but I took it
No,
off.
no, no. She took it off and then she brought it back.
Oh. Would you be exhausted? I guess
wouldn't be.
technically, is there an exhaustion
I
for
think it
coming
got
back?
added on.
I think when
for
you heal yourself,
dying.
just get rid of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Exhaustion for going back.
I'll double check that. I don't think there's exhaustion when you come back from the dead.
We've never done
Yeah.
We've never done it.
How do you know what it comes
Because otherwise, the whole finger in the butthole thing wouldn't really be
Wouldn't
useful.
fly. I was thinking of doing that, but I was like, that's kind of Mike's thing.
Yeah, no.
It might be a little weird.
You can't copy.
Finger roll.
Echoes,
That's
echoes,
probably
echo, dude.
Echoes.
We gotta get through this. All right,
Yeah,
Who's next?
who is next? Top of the round. It
Hang
is-
on, that's
oh,
going.
sorry.
My face spirit is now coming up,
Yep.
and it's going
up,
to.
It's up on him.
Yeah, it's going to
Oh, it's
run
up,
back up
sorry.
on him and take its 3 swings again.
Okay.
Does 25 hit? Thanks.
You better watch it, dude. I got one more legendary action.
No metagaming.
Does 25 hit? Stupid.
That's going to be.
Top of the round, does that mean Hunter can
The
actually
first hit is
participate
14 damage.
Of the round, that's.
Okay.
now? It started 10, didn't
If
it?
I can fucking.
Then he
hit,
rolled
right?
a
Another chance
8.
to even
Well, I
try
think me and
to
him.
So that's
we
a swing
tied.
and a miss.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the last one is going to be an 18. Right on the nose, I believe. Okay. Oh, Jesus. 7 plus 13. 13 points of damage as it sinks the second one. This beautiful blade also has the black drippiness, you know. It's just a
said
fucking
how much?
creepy little motherfucker. 13.
13.
It's
So,
something
okay.
from-
Yeah, it comes back. There's this moment where the Yagigama catches the wrist, and you see just this furious, frustrated, and it just roars out the blood kind of, or the inky black, whatever the shit it is, just spraying all over the side of it, and it rips its hand out and just brings it back up. And you see as it kind of slices through one of the fingers of the Yagigama, and it's kind of like limply hanging there now.
Okay, hell yeah.
Probably do your job.
I love that I have a small
Instead
army
of the roll.
to just that.
Yeah, dude, it's sick.
Is that your turn?
I'm done.
Very
Okay.
DM, how far away am I from you? How many feet?
You are about, I would say, 80 feet,
Oh.
but hold that thought, because it goes in
I
front
said
of
I
you.
was done. It's gonna bonus action. It's
Goes in
30
front of me,
foot
I'm top
and
of the
do
round.
a phase step.
Does that incur attacks of opportunity?
That does not. It is like a misty step where it's just boom, gone. And it's just gonna peg behind that tree real quick.
It is going to use one of its legendary actions to, its last legendary action, I might add, to poof
Oh, it's
Fuck
gonna
this.
shit on us.
right here. But before it does, as it's turning, it smacks this tree and falls down, which creates difficult terrain
A
right there.
barrier to get to
Yeah.
Luca, basically.
Why did you go before me?
It just goes before you.
It's a legendary action.
But it used a legendary action, which was technically on the end of his turn. And now it is its actual turn. So it rolled initiative 20, you rolled 19.
Okay.
So, the creature is now, as it appears
bears
behind
and
you,
fake creatures
you
running all
watch
over
it just kind of like blink out of existence, and when it appears, your heart sinks. Because as it
I know
appears
where
again,
it is.
you can see from the armpit this extra
Oh no!
limb shoots out.
Oh,
Please kill this motherfucker.
It is going to take all of its attacks against you.
God damn
You're
Every
the one
time
that's
it
been
attacks, it kills
peppering it, and
someone.
it seems to have some sort of innate knowledge.
How much health do you have?
it!
You guys
full.
are
I've yet to be
screwed.
hit.
This is my Rick and
Oh,
Morty
so
dice.
was I
These are
when
the
I got
20s. That's
hit.
my metal dice. You guys
Once
are
and I'm
fucked.
done.
Well, I got most health. All of
Does a 28 hit?
oh, you
Oh my
fuck.
Oh, sorry.
this. Nope.
Let's not start this.
28, 18, and 2 16s.
Yeah, all
16
four,
hit?
all four hit.
Oh my
Zero
god.
plus
You're
16?
dead.
16.
You're gone.
You're
I
done,
thought you
though,
were
man.
seven.
Great.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Fan.
PH fan.
Yeah, little do you know,
take
Tastic's my last
14
name.
points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and then 4 points of lightning.
Hang on.
Thank God that was only 4 points.
18
That's
total.
not done yet, Nevin.
I know, but at least one of
Six.
them was only 4.
Yeah, one of them only took a third of my health.
10 points of slashing damage and 5 points of lightning.
Okay, you can just say the total number. I'm not like.
Okay. 8 points,
Who's on the
and
ground?
so 10 points total.
That's me.
And then there's one more,
Are you
right?
feeling
Those
you
3 or
do
those
throws,
4?
or you out?
I'm about to do throws. As soon as
Four.
you're
One more. Ooh.
Yeah, fans
Is
out.
anyone else down?
And it just fucking carves
not
through you
dead.
with the last one, just
You're down now.
and it just smears you across the ground as it slashes through your body. These little bursts of electricity are just popping in and out of your chest. The creature is just horrified at this point. It looks like it is fiercely attacking, but it sounds like it is afraid, like it is scared, and it is trying to defend.
And all my
something
creatures
more than
would
itself.
disappear at that moment, as they are not.
Even the fake creature?
Yeah, I didn't think he was, but yeah, I may have done that a little wrong.
Okay. No worries.
But future reference.
Future reference.
Oh, yeah.
Dope. You fall down.
Shit up. So.
He's unconscious. He's down for save throws. He's up
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, I'm on
Odette's
that
back
phase.
up now, though, right? Because Odette, you got
welcome
I
to the
gave
game.
Odette.
Cantrip.
Mike, put
Go for
Odette back up.
Odette's not conscious.
do a,
she was never healed. She's just
cantrip.
not
She got
dead.
10
Yeah,
points
you
of
guys
healing.
healed me
Oh.
with 10
I
points.
Really?
healed her with 10
Oh.
points.
Yeah, you're up.
Bugs?
Well, no, you're still laying on your side, but you're awake.
Okay.
The fuck out of here.
Half your
You gotta-
movement.
Yeah, half your movement to stand up.
Cantrip. Do a Constitution saving throw.
Here I go getting fucked. There's a reason I took him out first.
Yeah, but your constitution's gonna be high.
It's not. I've been able to get
13.
him with that.
Oh, you bitch. So close.
Oh,
That's
never
what you
mind.
had
It's
to
all
have
good.
on
It was
13?
12.
Oh, okay.
Ah!
So close.
Jeez.
His wisdom saves us are
So
low.
20 and 19.
I got him. Well, mine is higher than his.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah.
So get ready for 4 attacks. Oh, and Hunter's Mark. I'm sorry. I already put the spell slot before I did it. I meant to say it. So spell
Go
slot
for it.
was hit.
So
All right.
Hunter's Mark plus your 2 extra attacks
And
plus your
Planar
regular
warrior.
attack.
Planar warrior
I was
goes
pumping a
on.
planar warrior into one. Let's see it, dude. Let's see how fucking quick this thing
This
falls
is
now.
4
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah.
Fuck you! I put so much damage on that thing
Yeah,
with
same
my
here.
creature.
Have you seen his attacks though?
Yes, I know what his attack.
All right.
That is a
Yeah.
min max, dude.
I
He
know, I
sucks
know.
up close, but from a distance.
I know.
Whew.
3, 4.
Oh, that's why you went up close to him.
Yeah.
Actually, it was because he rolled the lowest perception,
8,
but
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
it just worked out really well.
14 plus 24.
God damn.
14 plus 20. Oh my god. 24, 38. And then you also get Planar Warrior on all 4 attacks, which is a D8. So what am I at?
You gotta roll 48.
Yeah,
and then
what am I at?
we've
What am I at
learned
right
that
now?
You said
38.
You
38.
said 38.
38, 48, 58, 56, 57.
What? I just write this down for you.
60.
Get a
And
calculator
I
out.
also have Hunter's Mark. Is that on all 4, I think?
60?
Yeah, it's
Hold
on
on.
every shot against him. Hunter's
So,
Mark.
60. I didn't know I got 4 attacks. This is great. Actions, right? Yeah. Nope.
That was
What a
easy.
feat.
Skill.
What a feat.
Jesus Christ, dude. I think it's 60s, yeah. So I'm at 60 right now.
268 or 60?
Just 60 flat.
That's good. Yeah.
70 points of damage.
What? How did that even happen?
That was at the pretty low last roll.
You draw out in this furious, like, nobody takes my
Fucking
mind
go
from me.
nuts.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you sink them all right next to each other, right at the base of the skull. And you watch the creature as it's coming down on Nim, or Jesus Christ, on Fan, as it's coming down
Tear.
on Fan. You hit
So
it,
he was there.
and it just crumples forward, and it kind of like turns around to look at you. But like you can see, it's having a hard time moving its head. It's having to move its whole upper
It's
torso
like-
at this point.
Alright.
How is it looking?
Fucked. It looks fucked. It is bleeding. There are
Okay,
cracks in
okay.
the bark. There's liquid dripping down its arms. Every time it touches the ground, every time the liquid splashes on the ground, a new blossom of algae or whatever this is just seems to erupt out of the ground. That completes your turn. You're dead. Make a death saving throw for me.
How do I do that?
You
Roll
it's your-
d20.
It's just a d20.
Straight
10.
d20.
10 and below you fail. 11 and up you
I
succeed.
am.
10.
I'm not
10
on
and
this.
up.
I'm not on
10
this.
and up you succeed. You succeed then.
Okay.
That was my understanding was 10 and up is a success.
He has
I'll verify later. We'll make it 10 for
How
now.
much health do you have?
I've not
You've
taken
been
it.
hit.
I'm not gonna hit it.
Um,
26.
So
So if I get hit, I'm dead. But I
Um,
haven't been hit yet.
Tosh.
Okay, I'm going to run as far as I can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right here. I can still see him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm making my way towards Luca. I'm coming, Luca! And then I turn back and I, with a sparkly teal and red sparkles, I shoot Eldritch Blast twice at this Mamma-Jamma.
Okay.
Use this die. And that's 10 to hit.
Like a bowling
Misses.
ball.
Thanks for saying it,
I have
though.
plus 8.
That's pretty bad.
And I rolled
Lucky it
I
wasn't
rolled a
plus
2.
one.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Aha, there we go. 24.
Yeah.
So that is a D10.
Come on. Come on.
10 or higher is a success.
Plus 4.
Confirmed.
8 points damage.
8 points of damage.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, you fire off these 2 blasts, both of them coming out of your hands. The first one smashes against the tree top that had fallen. The second one bashes right into its knee, and you watch for a second as its knee kind of hyperextends backwards for a second and then snaps back into place. and it cries out. The sound of it just screaming is deafening to you as you come back to consciousness with like
Just
this.
to me.
What the fuck? It doesn't actually make deaf. It's for flavor. But you open your eyes as you have this creature standing about 10 feet away from you, like screaming in the direction immediately across from you.
Okay.
Next is going to be Odette.
I confirm 10 and higher.
Well, I get up.
Okay, that's half your movement.
Okay.
Bloop. Especially for a horse. There's this awkward like. You managed to make it.
I'm gonna use my attack to hoof
Okay.
it. Oh, it's
Hoof it?
It's been warming up.
For nipple dice.
A little bit of milk on there.
Ew.
Ooh.
It's not pregnant yet.
You don't know
I
that.
know. 18. One hits. 18.
Okay.
My boom dice did not hit.
I know I got
Maybe you gave its goodwill to the other one.
18
Four.
hits. Did you say 18?
Yeah.
18 hits.
Well, yeah. I rolled
One
two.
hit.
So 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to charge. 21, so it hits.
Okay.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Oof. Such a good round, guys.
Oh, is it?
You just comes smashing through with your hooves, and at the last second, as you get that connection on the last hoof, you kind of throw your shoulder into it with the movement that you have behind it,
Like that.
and you watch as it kind of like reels back, and it just is off balance. It looks like it's gonna fall for a second, and one of those really long arms, one sticking out of its armpit, just kind of smashes into the ground and holds it up.
Oh my gosh.
It is looking completely past you. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh.
I think you have movement left if you like. You're probably
Just
about
movement?
5 to 10 feet at this point because you took an action, bonus action, and you stood up. So
Yeah,
half
okay.
of your movement, and it took you about 5-10 feet to get there.
No,
So
I'm
you
not gonna.
probably have 10-15 left. Okay. End of your turn, Wonpo.
Blanco's sitting up in his little box.
Yep,
and he's
sky
starting
box.
to feel really distressed seeing all his friends just start to drop
Falling
like flies.
like flies.
Um,
Put you up here.
so he's gonna kind of unfurl his rope that he pulled in with him, and he's gonna climb down real quick.
Okay.
Where would that put him on the map then?
I mean, pretty much exactly where you left.
Okay.
You'd be
So-
right here.
He's gonna take. Do I still have full movement after getting that rope?
It's part of the spell, right?
Yes.
Getting in and out is part of the spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, so he's gonna back up 30 feet away from it. And I'm gonna try and hit it.
Please don't hit a natural 1. Again.
Again.
I get 2. $16 to hit. 12 doesn't hit.
Okay.
This is the worst Devin has ever rolled.
You
Yeah.
draw out
Like,
2
by
arrows
far.
at the same
Anytime we
time,
play, she's
fire,
like,
and it just
like 18.
splits. Like, it was a great shot. If the creature was maybe a little heavier, maybe they would have impacted. But at this point, one of them kind of skims off the side. The other one just embeds in the dirt just a little bit past it. Anything else you want to do?
I got nothing, guys. Oh, can I go back up my rope? No, because it's
is it-
back
it's
over
a-
there.
Yeah, so it would be a spell
Yeah.
to cast it each time, right?
No, it lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you'd have to move.
I have to move back. Yeah. So it's just a rope hanging there. Right?
3.
Fail. Yours is done. Top of the round is the creatures. It is going to leap past you, Odette, and it is going to charge at the creature back here. It makes it.
No opportunity?
You guys get an opportunity attack from Odette.
Yeah, so it can make it to you.
So is that Nabuntosh?
That's the Boontosh. He does get an attack of opportunity, or you get an attack of opportunity.
Say big. Kill it.
As it leaps forward, it grabs onto the ground with two of its long,
You want me to say-
ridiculously gangly arms. You see the
Nat
fingers.
20!
Yes!
Yes!
Go ahead and roll.
Please.
He watches it dig its 6 claws into the ground, and standing right next to it,
Ah.
as the fingers sink into the earth, you can see this blackness,
double
this
your dice.
darkness just start to creep out from the center points,
Well,
and
you
it
roll 2 dice.
leaps out. Yeah, you roll the dice twice.
Roll 2 dice, not.
The hit. Oh, I have to roll 2 dice?
Yes,
Yeah, it
you
would
roll
be 2d6s,
You
right?
2d6s so you because
So
you got
roll
a
two.
nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would too.
Because it was a nat 20.
Oh, right.
Oof. That's not bad. I mean,
3, 6, 9, 12.
12 points of damage.
it's still good.
Oh.
This thing is fucking limping.
You've been
You slash off part of one of
What
its
the
hands.
hell?
It falls onto the
Bottom
ground
of
and
your
just
tab,
yeah.
starts
It is
to.
instantly.
Episode 6, we're gonna be fighting it still.
It's
You
almost
guys-
dead, guys!
You guys,
What else does it have?
We're gonna like
Well,
all new characters.
you and you
Our children came.
and you watch as this creature leaps over. The hand that was severed from her attacks just kind of falls to the ground lifelessly. This
So now
long
only has
streak
3
of
arms?
blood has 3 claws. It has 4 arms. Maybe
Well, you
you
just-
know it'll be a little bit more bludgeoning and a little less
Oh,
slashing,
okay,
maybe a
okay,
little bit
okay.
more damage or a little less damage. I don't know how that thing works. I'm not like a game mechanic or something.
Homebrew.
It starts to take its attacks against you, trying to move towards. As you get the feeling, it seems to be trying to defend its quarry.
Probably already dead.
It grabs one of the trees next to you and just rips it down and tries to block your path. That's its first attack.
They have
So it
Like
sounds
that.
like a whip.
You guys hear the sound of a tree falling in the forest. It brings its bum limb around and tries to attack you.
It's like liver.
Is that a disadvantage one?
It is a disadvantage, but it's still 19.
Nub stamped you. There. Nub stamped got the face.
But it is only. Oh Jesus, that one went wild. That's 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and that's it. And then the other 2 attacks against you. Yeah, both of them hit. That one. So this.
Goodbye, guys.
I don't
10,
think this plan was fully
13
thought
points
through.
of damage.
13 on
Yep.
top of the first
Yep.
7.
Yep. And then
Don't listen to the stupid.
that it?
Annoying. Hooded man.
Little shady.
15
I
more?
don't know why
I mean, we were
calling
looking
Under.
for it anyways.
I don't know why
So you're down?
calling it is
Yeah.
such a
wanted.
great idea. Let's use it. Let's use it mating
you
call.
fall to the ground. You watch as he slashes. This blunt arm kind of cripples. back
4
as
attacks! What do you expect? It's like a
Nabuntosh is
warlock.
running. You see this tree fall in front of him. The blunt limb comes behind and smacks the back of his legs. You see him falling down, and the creature takes both of its claws and sinks them into your chest.
Jesus Christ.
As it removes them, you fall to the ground, and you just have this last fading moment of like, oh fuck.
Wait.
I'm sad we don't have a map
At
cam right
least
now
I
because the
got to
faces
touch
being
my
made
ass.
around here are insane.
Yeah. No.
There's so many of us down,
Yeah,
and
the stream
I
is
fucking,
probably
you
boring.
guys.
Since it's
fucking freaked out right now.
It's boring. You don't want it to
No,
be
it's
boring.
gotta be boring because it's not showing our faces.
Oh, I mean, you can. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that right now.
I mean,
Sorry,
you
guys.
can show your faces, but not ours.
Sorry.
At least I got to touch the host.
19 and 22.
Nice.
Let's just start the shit fest now.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap
Take
this
it
up.
easy.
Take it easy.
Take it
I
easy.
love that so much.
Alright.
Look at this.
God, dude, I always have to remember what these are. Well, you didn't let me fight the first 17 rounds, so
Yeet, yeet.
I'm rusty. Let's do attack.
I get the feeling I'm gonna be sitting down soon, so I'm just gonna do some of this stuff.
When you grab it, no, that's too many.
Oh yeah, look at this flotilla
Stop
right here.
it.
See this armada?
We gave him too many miniatures.
Oh yeah, I gave him too much terrain too when you drop
I
it.
just chucked it. I just chucked
Oh,
it.
it's a wolf. How convenient, a wolf in a forest.
Oh, a wolf in a forest?
A wolf. Oh, look, a gold dragon?
The bronze.
Bronze
Sit on it, alright? I'm done with that.
There's a bunch of giants behind you.
Oh, look at that! A bunch of giants.
You can't touch those.
You guys survived? Amazing! I'm gonna throw 3 more giants at you.
That sounds like our other
It's against the
campaign.
rules. Gameplay.
Is it?
Stuff.
Alright.
I didn't tell you how to go searching
Number
for it.
37.
37.
Oh, we still go. You still wrapping it up?
Yeah, he's still counting.
Okay. Cool.
This attack is brought to you by math.
Don't forget it, guys. It's useful. My kids are watching right now, I think. Lily,
What's
do your math
37?
homework.
37 plus 16.
Yeah, Uncle Chris says, do your fucking math.
Anybody know?
53.
What?
What'd you say?
Huh?
53.
There you go, 53.
59. One more attack. I got D6.
Can you just say how you want to do it to make me feel good?
I can't say that because it's like copyright infringement.
Oh, yeah.
Describe the death.
Can you just say, like, hey,
Give me that DD. Describe that.
Mortality.
how do you feel like this is going to go down?
59.
What's the general vibe?
70, 71, 72, 73
Stop.
again.
Stun.
Dead or wait, dead or gone?
How would you like to murder this creature?
What is the preference in death?
I'm just gonna draw back my bow. I'm gonna say, "Oh wow, it's the big monster falls. the London monster has fallen now."
You draw out 4 arrows. You don't even bother with like trying to knock them properly. You just know they're on the bowstring. You have this handful of them. You shift your hand just slightly to get out of the way, and you release, and all 4 arrows make this ladder pattern up its back. The creature cries out, and it's trying to move forward. It is desperately. You see it turn around and look at you. It doesn't have eyes, but its body tells you it is afraid, and it is scared. It tries to take a few steps. It manages to tumble over, knocks a tree down, covers Nabuntosh. He's not dead, but he's underneath the tree. The creature stumbles, takes a couple steps, and it's trying to carry itself on its 4 arms now. The legs don't seem to be working. And he watches it. And it just kind of turns and rolls and slams onto the ground. The earth around you shakes. And there's this silence.
We won.
Yeah.
Followed by a crackling,
Oh.
ionizing sound. You hear, and the body lifts from the ground, stays there for a second, and boom, slams. Everything in a 15-foot area just crumples into this crater.
Am I in a 15-foot area?
You're in
Am I
like
the
there
15
on the
foot?
edge, like
Like
your
a
arm.
He just kills us all.
His last dime.
Just
kid.
explodes.
You can't see inside the crater at this point. It's about 15 feet wide. It's about 10, maybe 15 feet deep. As dust settles on the battlefield, I need you to make that saving throw. And I need
13.
you to make that saving throw.
What about
Have to be
him?
above.
I need you to make that saving throw.
10 or
I can
higher.
do this. 1.
Ooh.
It's a fail.
Do you have 1 save, 1 fail?
Yeah.
I have also 1 save, 1 fail.
10.
Save.
I need 2
And
saves.
that's where we're gonna go to halftime. We'll be back, guys. Give us a couple minutes to empty the bladder. Sorry that one ran so long.
Enjoy
Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back in about 10 to
I
15
almost
minutes.
died. She's
Stay
dead.
tuned
Almost dead.
for
He's almost
the
dead. He's almost
painting
dead.
of a holder by our very own Baby Pink Cactus.
Yep.
It's a great video. Check it out. She's an amazing artist. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Thanks.
At one point in her life, she had 11 toes. Then she ate one. Her name is Christy. She'll be painting art.
Hey guys, this is Christy. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that I'm doing here for this video. So right now, I'm just kind of putting out some of the paints. As you can see, I have literally every kind of paint you could imagine. No specific brand. I don't really stick to any brand. I just kind of go for whatever color I like. And you can pick up any of these at any local craft store that you might have. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Jerry's Art Supply or Artorama in Tempe, Arizona is one of my favorites. So just kind of painting the inside here. I don't really have any rhyme or reason for how much paint I use or whatnot. I just kind of blob out as much as I need, and then you can always add as you go. as far as the little paint palette off to the side. As you can see, I'm just using a little paper plate because it's what I have on hand. Here's the mouth. You can kind of see I missed almost the entire roof of his mouth. Didn't realize that till later, so you'll see me working on the mouth again in the future. So just one thing to be sure of when you're painting different minis and things like that, just be sure to look around in all the little crevices. Right now, as you can see, just kind of adding in, just some of the overall color. This you don't really need to be too precise on, just kind of filling it up, making sure I get all, like I said, all the little crevices. Here you can see just kind of doing some of the finer details on the outline around the eyeball. Just kind of cleaning it up a little bit after that first kind of general base coat. Here I am wiping off a little piece of the eyeball, kind of did a little over splash there with paint on accident, so nice little rubber tip, kind of just wipe it right off. You can also use paper towel, whatever you have on hand honestly works best. So let's see here, just kind of, again, still you can see sticking with the purple, just kind of going around adding as much as I can. Just filling in all those little crevices and just making sure, like I mentioned earlier, get a nice little base layer down. Right now I'm doing his gums, or the area I guess above his gums. I figured, maybe kind of add like a little light purple to mix with the darker purple on there, just kind of add a little bit of dimension. Here I am doing kind of just the inside of his mouth a little bit, just making sure, I get all the purple that I kind of missed at the beginning. So you'll see me updating things here. Here I'm just using a little heat gun to dry up the paint, speed up the process a little bit. Obviously this is optional. You can also use a hair dryer, literally whatever you have on hand. It's not that serious. And so here you can tell right now just redoing the inside of the mouth area that I missed earlier, and as I'm kind of doing the sides and things like that, I kept touching the mouth and the tongue because it sticks out there in the middle. You can kind of hardly see, but just cleaning it up a little bit. So here, a little blurry, getting used to it. This is the first video, so bear with me on any hiccups or or anything as we get started. I promise they'll get better as I learn. No, we can thank Zoe for trimming this video and especially making that nice little intro. She is amazing, so wouldn't be possible without her help. Here I am, just doing, like I mentioned earlier, just little touch-ups here and there. I believe right there, just kind of smearing in some of the paint, just kind of mixing it together. You can either mix on your palette or on the actual mini itself. With this beholder, he actually has, as you can see in the background, some additional parts that you can kind of interchange and put on top, or take out some of the little, I don't know what they're even called, little eyeball portions. Here it is, you can see some of the shading. Got his little horns shaded kind of darker. Figured that would be kind of a nice little look to give it a little bit of dimension. The back I kind of didn't touch. I was going to leave that till a little bit later when I figured out what kind of direction I wanted to go and the exact look I was looking for. So as you can see, the video's changed just a little bit, starting to get into the nighttime, so we had to switch the lighting up a little bit. But for this, just kind of going over his teeth. I figured with the beholder, I don't know, those teeth are looking pretty gnarly, so figured kind of give him some bloody gums, some, plaque, tooth decay, all that good stuff, kind of make it a little bit gnarlier. Add, like I mentioned, dimension a couple times, and just, kind of add some of that shading in there, just whatever I feel like a gross beholder mouth would look like. I'm not a D&D person myself, so I don't know exactly what a beholder is, so I kind of leave up to my interpretations for each of these. So if any of these are off base, just bear with me. Still learning. I'll get the hang of it. But yeah, so right now I'm just covering his eyeball. So I had an idea to use more of this, what's the word for it? Kind of like a little film. They're little pieces of foil. There's the word I'm looking for. Just little colored foil. So I wanted to make his eyeball red, and I wanted the foil to be red, so it kind of looked like almost like a shiny eyeball. So here I'm just kind of matching up all of his tiny little eyeballs to match the original eyeball, so that way we can just kind of have everything solid across the board, kind of make them as seamless and as the same as possible. I put little yellow around his eyes, you can see, and now I'm putting on a clear little varnish acting as a glue for the red foil, as I mentioned. So you'll see I kind of broke it up into small sections, just using a little toothpick to piece it on. Figured, that piece is really big, so let's go ahead and add in a new piece here. So just kind of sticking it on one by one. A little bit tedious, but I think for the, the outcome, I think it looks really nice. Once it's all said and done. I'm just trying to kind of do the outline of his eyeball, and then we'll go ahead and fill in with the black in the middle, and a clear layer over it, just, to really solidify it and hold it all in there, so that way the pieces aren't flaking off or anything crazy. So as you can see, starting to look pretty good. Looks especially good with the light shining on it, so that way you can see kind of the glimmers in his scary eyeball. And I went ahead and I added the little pieces to all the little eyeballs and try to make them as similar as possible, as you can tell there. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching and caring about my little art segment. There will be more to come, and hopefully as I get better with this, the videos will too. Thank you so much, guys.
2, 3, 1.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Woodness Guild. We've all emptied our bladders. We've all gotten frosty beverages. And
coffee.
we jump back in. As we went to break, 3 of you had to make death saves. The creature slain, its body propelled into the air by some sort of unseen force. Thank you. Where was I going with that?
Unseen force.
Unseen force.
Yeah.
Slammed into the ground and had made a large crater in the forest.
Can you hit from a distance?
As that happens, I would say Guanapo and Konak and Odette. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna run over to my rope, tug it down, kind of wrap it up, throw in my pack, and that spell ends.
Easy enough.
I'm gonna run over to Fan because he's the first one I see, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
You're gonna get
Yeet.
10 points of health back,
10 points. Go and mark it down.
and I'm gonna make my way. I'm gonna make my way over to Nabuntosh.
Yeah, no, don't even
Don't
worry
I worry
about
about it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my way
Theater
over
of the
to
mind.
Nabuntosh. Do the same thing. Let's see what you get back.
How much do you love me?
How would you say 13?
10.
11
It
points
was
back.
10.
Oh, you love me more than Chris.
And then I'm gonna run over to Luca. And then, do I need to struggle at all to get over that one? Okay.
No, I would say you have time.
Okay.
Just for flavor, go ahead and roll another death save for me in the time that it takes her to do that.
Fail. 7.
As you approach her, you can see the last dregs of life draining from her face.
Is that 3
and you
for
have
3?
this moment of panic.
11.
You press your hand into her stomach, and you can see the gouge marks all across her body. Her figure, that of a small dwarven girl. Familiar, not perfect, but good enough to maybe trick something that doesn't actually see. And you know that there's nobody else that this could be. As you press your hand into her stomach, you watch as the wounds start to slowly heal themselves. The bleeding stops, and she takes this shallow, shuddering breath as you bring her back.
Oh, yay! She's back! Okay, I am tapped out of magic, y'all.
So,
I want to make my way over to the crater, and do I see anything inside the crater?
you see about a 4-foot tall figure lying at the bottom.
I go down, and then I'm going to try and cast Spare the Dying.
It looks like a human. You turn it over.
Should I cast Spare the Dying? What do you
You
guys
turn
think?
it
Is it a
over.
little boy?
There is
Let's all get over there.
bark-like skin. It's somewhere between flesh and hardened rock. And there are cracks of blue that seem to just be oozing at this point, as well as on the left shoulder, just human skin and bone, torn up. You can see arrows sticking out of the neck, and squarely in the center of the chest, you can see this strange. It's like a circle, like probably about a 3-inch circle, and there are 2 waves that kind of come off of it, like ocean waves, that bisect it right in the middle, and the bottom half of it seems to be empty.
Is it like something I can take off?
It looks like. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
Oh, hi. I thought you were like nudging.
I thought you were nudging me.
No, the
11?
bowling ball's just trying to get
Sitting
through.
there and staring at it, you start to pry, and you.
I'm not.
whip out
No,
a
no, no,
quick-
no, no, no. I didn't want to touch it. I want
okay.
to say, does it look like something I can take off?
You gather that it may be something that you can.
I don't want to touch it with my skin. I try and take like a cloth and I cover it. I don't want to.
Okay.
Skin. I don't
So
want.
you cover it, and
Yeah.
Are you trying to actually?
Now
carve
I'm
it
trying
out?
to pull it out.
Okay, so you take a knife and you swing it around, and after a few minutes, at this point, I would say the majority of you who wanted to investigate this area would have arrived. Some of you limping, some of you
limping like a son of a bitch.
breathing extremely heavily, watching as one of your compatriots is sawing at the chest of this small, brown-haired boy. After about 2 minutes of carving through it, there's a sickly pulling as tissues and flesh release, and you have in your hand a metal medallion. Looking at the backside of it, very clearly metal. The front side, as you peel the cloth back, is covered in the same bark-like texture as the rest of, or the majority of
Yeah,
this.
I would put that down.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And now I tried to cast Spare the Dying.
Can I check his pulse?
Anyone got detect magic?
I do. I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Cantrip, or all.
Your compatriots definitely light up like Christmas trees.
Yep.
Except for Odette.
I don't really light up that much either.
And
in all fairness.
nothing else.
No,
I take that back. The moss, the blue moss that it's probably around noon, but there are shadowed sections as the tree is at its zenith. There are shadows cast by these trees, and you can see in the areas that are shadowed, the moss seems to grow this bright and vibrant blue, which in the immediate area would light up.
And nothing comes from the medallion that I have. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take the medallion, I'm going to wrap it up really tight, really secure, and I'm going to put it in my pack.
And then I would like to take, like fabric from, I have actually clothes. I'd like to take some of my clothes
Those elk in the distance rubbing their
and
bones.
find fabric and like
That's a wolf definitely chewing on
wrap
something.
the boy's body up in it.
Okay.
Being
Easy
careful.
enough. Yeah, easy enough. You gingerly approach the human child.
His brown hair tousled. You can see there is a large scar on his cheek that looks like it is old and healed over. His body is withered. You can see some of the bones are broken. And you have this mournful, heartbreaking moment of having to close his eyes and wrap his body in that cloth. His trees fall in the forest.
Can I put him on your back?
Yeah.
I put the wrapped body on Odette's back.
I just investigate the area. Are
Same.
there any caves or anything against any of the rocks?
Looking around, there are no cave systems. There are no. It's mostly just rocky terrain, and it seems to the more north you go, it seems to gain in elevation. But aside from that, there doesn't seem to be any openings of any kind.
Is there any kind of pattern or path to the blue fungi algae that was growing?
Make a perception check for me.
I'd like to check as well because we're gonna try to find Sarah's
Go
body.
ahead and make it as well.
Well,
Or
and
one of
I
you can make an
asked,
advantage.
I'll do it at advantage.
I asked Nabuntosh
And
and Luca, you turned into Sarah's
They already rolled this.
form,
but just
and he killed you. Does that mean Sarah's dead?
21.
There is a pattern that you can start to discern. It takes you a minute of focusing on the greater forest area, but you can see, remembering what happened to your abdomen, you kind of check and you can see the tendril-like blackness that erupted from your abdomen when it clawed you is retracting. It's much smaller than when he first hit you. As you kind of look at that, you look around you, and you start to see that, a couple 100 feet that way, there's no black marks, and it's really only 50, 60 feet that way, there are no black marks. So you start to approximate, and after a while, following the blue, you find this hollow of trees. They're large. They are about 30 feet in diameter. They're huge. And it looks like some sort of clearing that may have been purposeful at one point, or it just seems unnatural that there should be such an open space. It's about 50 feet of unobstructed area. And looking around with that investigation or that perception check, you kind of glancing, everybody following up behind you before they get to you, you can see up on one of the branches, you can see this small humanoid hand that just seems to be resting on the outside of one of the branches.
Just a hand, completely detached?
Just a hand.
Well,
it looks like it could be attached. It's a perspective issue.
Okay.
I know we how did we leave the body? I meant to make up
The body is currently attached to Odette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
she's strapped to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was writing something down. Never mind.
By the way, I turned back into my base.
I would like to just cut off one of the ears of the body.
Fuck no! I stop him.
What?
The boy? Why are you trying to cut off the ear of the boy?
Oh, I meant the thing that are you talking about the thing with the skin? It's
Yagigama is
It's
gone.
dead.
It turned into the
Where have
boy.
you been?
Have you been paying attention?
God, I was writing something down. I'm sorry.
I was about to fucking tussle me an
I was
elephant.
gonna have to have a talk with you after.
I thought it was. I was
but
like,
that's too
damn.
dark.
Okay, just kidding.
That is too dark.
We're gonna just pretend like the last 45 seconds didn't happen.
Chris,
Got
put
it.
on your listening ears.
Yeah.
You can see
Yeah.
the hand. It's just draped softly across. It doesn't look like it's grabbing. It's just stressing.
I'm not very good at climbing trees, clearly. Does anybody perhaps have the skill to get up
Yeah,
a tree?
me neither.
I would
Obviously.
like to do some cool shit
I
to try to
might.
get the
Oh,
tree.
can you do the orb?
I can climb pretty well.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
no. I have
Whoever
range
likes
as
it,
well.
make
Favorite
it.
terrain, right?
Yeah.
I would say make an acrobatics check. Yeah.
Parkour!
So read over
Because of
there
the size of the trees, you can probably bounce between them pretty easily. The root systems seem to be overtaking each other,
and kind of see away.
and they're all spaced pretty evenly, about 10 feet apart.
Oh, 20.
Nice circle.
Plus
Oh,
4,
nice.
24.
Not 20.
Oh. I want to look fucking sexy as
With
hell.
every flourish that
Like
she
that.
does, I'm just.
Chris over here trying to cut ears off little boys.
Sorry.
Right. What the fuck kind of shit?
Serious.
Dude, I just didn't hear the little boy part.
The part where I was cutting him down, trying to save his life.
We've been talking about this for 20
I
minutes.
wrapped
Yeah.
him up in a mummy.
Do I have
It's been
advantage
a
or no?
while.
Attack acrobatics?
You have advantage on
I heard
like
we
nature and
saw like
survival.
Bonnie
right?
that was just.
Well, Luca climbed, I
Dude.
thought.
Yeah, so no.
I didn't
What'd you get?
Oh my.
1. Well, actually, no.
Sounds
5.
like it's a dude. He's
Okay.
dead.
So
Was it a natural one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta tell
You
us about
slip,
one.
and as you slip down, you're watching as Luca is like gracefully like swinging. You're watching. She jumps from one side of one tree to leaping outward and grabbing another
Like a squirrel at
with
this
grace.
point.
She holds on with one
Yeah.
hand, and you see she swings her body up and over in
gorgeous.
this fluidic motion. She lands on top of the branch, and
Oh.
you see her
I yell,
bosom
you!
just softly moving, jiggling,
Oh,
shaking.
jiggling boobs.
10 out of
Oh,
10.
hell yeah.
I mean, she,
10
everybody
out of
wanted
10.
sexy. That's what you know.
Jesus Christ.
You watch as she leaps outward. You can see the cut of her pants like cups the bottom of her butt cheeks perfectly. And each of you has this moment of like, Luca's hot.
Yes!
Well, duh.
In noticing that she's hot,
Not
you
fucking
slip
good.
and fall and twist your ankle. Not enough to do damage, but it's like shit, and it kind of like hurts, and like you're like that's gonna hurt for a couple days. But aside from that, nothing. After some graceful leaps and bounds through this tree, you
The Olympics
land.
kicking in from the swan
Yeah,
dives.
Yeah.
for real.
You land in what appears to be some sort of like nest. It's made out of branches of pine trees, and it seems to make this soft bowl shape, very shallow. And lying in it is a small dwarven child who is incredibly pale, and her eyes are open, and her mouth is open. Make a medicine check.
We're all.
On the forest floor.
Yeah.
How high is this tree?
Where she's at, it's about 30 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay. It's not too high.
I am going to inspire myself
Hell yeah.
because I just did some fucking sexy shit, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get laid tonight. And I'm gonna inspire myself.
She says as she goes to investigate the dead child.
Okay,
Wait, did you just confirm the child was dead?
9.
Somebody listens. There's no pulse.
Fuck a duck running.
Give her some.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to heal her.
Can we cut the ear off this one? Just kidding.
I use my last second level spell.
That's straight up
Actually,
like
you know what? I'm
scared
doing
shit. I was
first.
like, I don't know if I can have you around my kids anymore.
Yeah, I do. I have
I
time.
never heard.
I'm gonna cast
Did
that.
we
I'm
confirm?
Spent
gonna
a good amount of
cast
time on it.
healing word.
Next time Chris comes over, he just has like a scalpel.
Um,
Oh. So the ear, huh?
Brigham's his favorite, so I'm gonna bring him.
Seven.
You get his ear.
Yeah, I have it wrapped up.
You bring
the whole
all of your
conversation was just
magical
like
awareness to
15.
your palms, and you kind of brace the side of her head, and you whisper to her, "It's not your time. It's you need to come back. Don't leave us." And the magic leaves your palms and infuses with her body. And he watches there's this flash of blue arcana energy.
Oh, fancy.
Nothing happens. Is there a pulse? Does she feel warm?
She did.
Is she in rigor mortis state?
Is
You're
her
not up
pul-
there.
What's
Right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do
Is
Time of death.
rigor mortis?
is I'm going to
Liver temperature.
Where's the toe tag?
I'm gonna yell down. Can I get some hemp rope, or can someone throw me some rope?
Yeah, I'll climb up with Guanapo.
Make an athletics check.
Climb up, or you just throw it to me
I'm going to turn into a gecko and climb the wall.
With rope?
with rope?
No, I'm gonna turn into a gecko and
You watch
just
as
shut your mouth.
fan-
Just let this happen.
It's like watching like a sandcastle get destroyed as the whole form of Fan seems to dissolve into this tiny gecko that skitters up the tree to where you're at. It's jagged movements. It's not perfectly straight. The tail is just kind of flopping behind it, and you watch before a couple minutes goes by. A gecko kind of peers over the side of one of the branches. Its tongue just shoots out, licks its eye,
I'm gonna be like,
and then
fuck!
transforms into
Okay,
Fan.
I'm gonna turn into Fan.
In the nest that we're currently in, an 8-foot elephant.
Is there
Cool.
shit in
Yeah.
the nest?
Who weighs like 400 and some odd pounds.
380.
Great.
380. Come on.
Trees.
He's paying attention. These are big trees.
This
Are
is
they?
not that bad.
It's like having 3 kids. in
Yeah,
the same
here's your
tree.
hemp rope.
Thank you.
I only have 50 feet.
You
Sorry.
could have just
Oh.
thrown that.
So I'm
I
going
wanted to come up here and investigate myself. What's happening? What the fuck is this?
This is
Is
the
she
child
dead?
Sarah. She seems to be dead.
What'd you do?
I try to heal her
Have you tried to how?
with magic.
And nothing?
Nothing. I'm gonna start tying the rope underneath, like a harness
What
under
are you
her
trying
arms.
to
bring her down?
Oh.
I'm not throwing. the
Yeah,
body.
yeah, no, there were better ways we could have done this, but that's
Oh, please do explain.
No, I
Turn
want to
into a
watch.
gecko and carry her down.
Tie it to her ears.
I can do more than gecko, but
Through the piercings.
let's see this happen.
Right.
No, tie her up.
I'm
I'll
gonna
even
tie
help
her
you tie her up just to make sure it gets tied.
around
You-
her like harness.
Yeah,
so, like
you.
a nice,
So you make a savior's harness.
Yes.
Yeah.
You tie it off in the back. It's underneath her arms. As you gingerly kind of let her down, Fan's holding onto the rope. He's got it looped around his tusks and is kind of bracing it and has a foot up on one of the branches and slowly starts to let her down.
Trunk holding another
Uh,
branch.
As I see her being gently lowered down, I'm going to have a little tear going down my face and just say, "We're too late."
I'll go underneath and I try to brace her as she's
Yeah,
coming
you
down.
recover the body pretty easily.
Very weak though, so I might have dropped her.
No, she's a child.
Thank you.
Dwarves are heavy though, so.
Right.
Are you able to do sparing of the dead on her?
I will try to cast Spare the Dying.
It's a sparing of the dead.
Sparing of the dead. Yes, very, very good. Spare the dead.
Sparing of the dying.
Yeah, I'll try to cast Spare the Dying.
To be fair, she's never played with a cleric, so you guys have
She doesn't
heard
see
it.
the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's seen it a couple times.
Spare the dying?
Yeah.
You have it?
Can I,
Yeah. No. In our other one.
Yeah,
Bar.
rather-
Yeah.
Oh.
A couple of times for that one.
No, it hasn't always. No, usually it's not me. In fairness, just
I
like
did it twice on you.
Hey,
already.
hey, hey.
just like
Anyway,
The business
back
hand.
to back to the dead
thing.
body.
Goodness a hand.
Can I grab one of those
Yeah.
brewskis?
Anything happen?
The body remains lifeless. There's
Uh,
no breath in it.
when I'm looking at it, does it look like it's decomposing or having any kind of?
You, looking at this body,
Fine, jeez.
can
Okay,
tell
I asked the
that this
question,
is
you point out.
a dead body that has been dead for a couple days.
Yeesh. Gross.
So it's completely dead.
This isn't a Princess Bride,
we were
mostly
cheating.
dead situation.
Dead.
He's not dead. He's mostly
Mostly
dead.
dead.
To blame.
How long is
Which
her
means
hair?
to lie.
He's obviously a gambler.
How long is her hair?
It's probably about
That
2
is
feet long,
really fucking
which
creepy,
makes up the
dude.
majority of her height at this
Okay.
point. It's pretty.
Can we take like
You
a
can see
foot of
even-
it?
I stop him.
There's a little bit of stubble appearing.
How are
in
you
the
gonna
section.
prove
Is there-
that we
is
found
there
You
it?
like-
still up the tree.
Is it dead, or can we tell that there's still life? Because why is everybody trying to pump healing into it? Did you say something to
No, I climbed
insinuate
down.
that there was life in this body?
No, they didn't
Oh,
make
yeah.
she
I
doesn't have
described
to.
their spells.
Okay.
You're
so-
the first one to
Okay,
As,
say
were
as
just
the
Like, I put,
point authority on death at this point,
Yeah.
like you know, it's this child's dead.
Alright, so
I'm gonna start when I get down. I'm gonna start wrapping her up in the
I
different
don't know
set of
what
clothing.
cloth you're using.
I have a disguise.
She's just naked.
I
Are
have,
we keeping
yeah,
the whole body?
and then we are keeping both of them, and
Can
we're
we
bringing
not
them
just
back to the
bury her
village.
peacefully? And,
No, we're
and
taking
No.
them back.
We need to bring her back,
I mean-
both of them back to the village and
Quote
show
unquote
them.
rights in his book.
Decompose
We had a job. This
Okay,
is our job.
that's true.
We're proving what happened. We're proving our
That's just
hand in
morbid
it.
to me, but that's fine.
Why? So they can't have closure.
I mean, just yeah, I guess that's not my closure.
Well, when you
but
Are there
kill
any
over, I'll
flowers
just dig a
about?
hole and put you in it and tell no one about it.
I appreciate you burn me. To be honest.
Investigation check for me.
Good to know.
Yeah.
What about your ivory? That won't
If
burn.
I die, burn me alive. You can keep the
Do we all
ivory.
know that
Burn
he
me
has the
alive.
emblem?
That.
Do we all know that he has the emblem?
Sell it and
Try
use
to
it
hide
for something cool.
I wasn't trying to hide it. No.
Yeah.
Trying to
There
We have a
are
medallion that I put
some-
in his chest.
like posies, maybe some dandelions about.
Cool. I'm gonna use some posies, and I'm gonna try to like embed it into the fabric to mitigate some of the decomposing smell.
Mhm. Yeah, it's strong, especially with Sarah's body. It is
Because it's just
a
mainly dead.
Mostly.
it is a not good smell. There's a bit of bloating in the abdomen, and it's
Ew.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's children.
You
I
guys
get
have
the
it.
idea that they're dead.
Yes. You want to show that to a parent. That's fucked up.
They're
orphans.
orphans.
That's true.
You're like so
How
far
wonderful.
removed from what's going on.
You
Parade them around town.
Sorry.
Parade the dead bodies.
drag them behind
I'm so
its
used
body,
to,
tied
I'm
by
just
their
so used to
ankles.
fucking
We're
dying
gonna do
in
the
these campaigns.
dead parade.
Well, yeah, because I
It just
think
seems fucked up, but
You want
Regardless
to
of
take
who
their ears.
I'm
No.
gonna say for the clothes. I have like 3 of them.
Don't
Should
say
I
things that
just
are true.
remove like all my clothes because I've wrapped them in them, and I'm not
Say
taking
again?
like I've used clothes to wrap the kids.
Your own personal.
Well, not my personal. I have clothes for costuming and stuff like that that I do.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Should we
I would
walk?
say there's probably enough to cover them with coats, and maybe
Okay.
create a
Because I want to kind
slight
of.
barrier between her.
Oh
and,
yeah, I'm not putting.
But
makeup.
you wrap
So they're
them.
not
You wrap the
medicated wraps?
ankles. You wrap the knees. You wrap
Yeah,
the hips.
I'm talking
you
about
wrap
old school
the
body bag.
arm- Yeah,
type of
like
stuff, yeah.
Old school
and you
body
can
bag.
tell looking at it. These are the bodies of 2 children. Anything you guys want to do between now and?
We definitely want to go back.
Can we take a short rest?
I think we should take
I'm
a
gonna-
short rest.
I'm gonna
It's
just.
several days hike back.
Right.
Well, what
so
time
Oh,
is it?
then take a
It's
long rest.
just past
It's gonna
noon
keep deep.
at this
Oh,
point.
goodness.
So I'm gonna look
Hey,
at
it's better than
Nabutosh
nothing.
and I'm gonna say, ooh, I would not bring the medallion into the town.
You don't
I
think
put-
that we should bring this to the university and have
Don't
it
think
be
that you should-
examined?
I do not think that you should show anybody that medallion.
I'd have to second that.
Well,
You
it
don't-
has
you don't
part
know.
of the Yagigama on it.
Yeah.
We could show proof that we saw it.
I think that us finding the children is proof enough that we found the Yagigama.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to keeping it secret, but I think we should at
Well-
least.
during the process of us going forward, I would like to identify the.
I'll pull up the
Medallion.
medallion.
Does it match the symbol?
It is priorly embedded with magic. The symbol on it matches what Wanapo has drawn in her diary,
Oh.
his diary,
So there's no more magic to it.
and it seems to be spent. Yes.
Yeah, I can't.
This is fine. This is cash. There's no more magic in it. It's not going to harm us at the moment.
So it has a
I am
Yagigama
not-
symbol.
I am not worried about it coming to life now. I'm saying that I do not think that you should give it. Do you trust everybody in the town?
They've been very forthcoming. I don't see why we shouldn't.
Some of them have been forthcoming, and others do not seem to like each other. Because
Yeah.
there seems to be stories of if
But he
Shiraz,
built the orphanage.
We're gonna have to be-
with
With
bare
my
hands.
bare hands.
if Shiraz is real, there are many enemies and many traitors, and are peoples that I think that we can trust that worked alongside him. But I don't think that you should show anyone. I'm not
I think
trying
it'd be
to
a
Oh
good
yeah,
idea.
so take it,
Unless
but
we
don't
need
show
to.
anyone.
Yeah.
I think we should definitely keep it, but yeah, maybe keep it a secret. I don't disagree.
Who are we going to with all this? Because
I said we go outside the town.
What if we
grab
go to
Christy.
Who's gonna
we
trust
We
us?
can go to Christy.
For the kids, I think
Christy,
that we should
fuck
leave them
no, we don't
uptown
trust
and bring
Christy.
Christy to us.
I don't know if we trust Christy. She
We
didn't
don't
kill
trust
Shiraz.
Christy.
I think
Not the
we
way
should
she was
bring,
supposed to.
I think we should bring multiple people who don't trust each other to us.
We
I
should
think-
find the air genasi. What was his name?
He was
Bertram?
Bertram.
If we can somehow figure out a way to get Christy and maybe
Who's
two of the
The old-
scholars.
Christy
did the old
did
guy from
not
the
kill
orphanage
Shiraz.
die?
I do not
That's
trust her.
Bertram.
I
that
agree.
they're
Bertram.
talking about.
Bertram's
Maybe
right.
we can call a meeting at the university.
We should grab Bertram.
The Yagigama.
Bertram. Cool.
I think Bertram is a
A
good
meeting might be the best way to do this.
I
If
have
we
to
can
agree.
somehow
Summon the
form
council.
some kind of
Same
council
location.
Yes.
and maybe include Christy in on it and some others as well who are,
Yeah.
not our cup of tea.
So, in this day and age, how would one relay a message to a town? Are there, is it a dove kind of deal? Would
Or
we know how to do
posting-
normally
Hmm.
doves?
Guanapo, could you
I mean,
fly a message
Make
for
a,
us?
I
He
think
gives you
He
stink
can't
eye.
fly.
Like
make
in
a
this
general
style.
intelligence check.
yeah, let's not mock Guanapo's flight.
I
Otherwise,
wasn't aware he couldn't fly.
Guanapo and I are gonna have to whoop some ass.
He holds his arms
So-
out and like points
oh.
to you like.
Oh, I haven't taken much time to examine you. My
Mocking
apologies.
You know that there are magical means of communication, but as much as magic has been a crutch for the majority of people coming forward to this point, there's this new resurgence, this new interest in science, and you've heard tales of machines that can transport mass amounts of people across vast distances in short time. You've heard of, lamps that require no oil, but they stay lit as long as you continue to feed them something that you're not familiar with.
But I've seen these in my travels, coming from the east.
What I guess I'm
I would say
insinuating
from
is.
where you're at, no. But the
But I
bulk
was
majority of technological advances come from the
So from
southeastern
where
corner.
from where we traveled to the village, if we're taking our backtracking, would we have seen, or would there be a way for us at some point to relay that message? Because there's something about that we could utilize to do that.
No, it's
No.
pretty much been wilderness.
Okay, so
Like there's
is it-
farms on the immediate outskirt of the town,
Mhm.
and this seems to be where a lot of the produce for the of Goodfellow comes from. There are some more protected farms, and those seem to be a little bit higher end, and maybe they sell their products at the hipsters market.
The
but
flea market.
yeah, but the ones that are on the outskirts of town seem to just be kind of like regular day laborers. But there isn't like a telephone system, and there's not like a swan or a dove that comes and sits on your shoulder. It's not like Assassin's Creed where you can just walk up to any old.
right, you're right. Okay,
Since the
Well,
battle ended,
let's just start walking back.
yeah. So yeah,
I was gonna say, since the battle ended, do I have any sense of any presence from the Yagigama, or once they disappeared, do I sense it at all?
Knowing its location,
Yeah.
its presence has dissipated.
Just completely gone. Okay. All right.
so
And
I
you
say,
felt even as it was disappearing, you felt like relief and sadness
Okay.
all at the same time, but it extinguished like a flame.
Yeah.
The presence that you knew to be the Yagigama seemed to just dwindle until it was gone.
I think that we should get back to the town. Let's do a montage of our travel.
Let's do a montage.
Montage.
Gonna need a montage.
Are we gonna get any long rests?
Traveling.
Well, yeah, he does.
We are gonna get sued by Trey Parker.
Well, does anyone have a
Is that
tincture
song
to
copyrighted?
gather some of the blue goopy?
Say again?
Does anyone have a tincture to gather any of the blue
A
goop?
tincture.
Like a vial.
Also,
Yeah,
real
no.
quick,
So looking around, there's tons of it everywhere. It seems to be wherever this thing's.
does
blood
anyone have
landed,
anything to put this goop stuff in?
It's at this point, it's like a moss. It's like a blue algae. The
I
liquid
got-
would hit the ground and it erupts.
I have my
Floral.
algae that I still have in mine.
Which algae?
In in a vial that I picked up from when he was in County. I don't remember. Oh wait, that might have been a nymph
Different.
thing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
different.
I'm going to empty
Right.
out.
Sorry.
Two different druids.
I'll hold out my water skin. If you guys
But I
don't
do have
mind,
vials that I've been
you have
picking up
a vial.
insects in. Yeah. So I do have a vial.
So you start
I think you should
scraping
collect
some of it in,
Okay.
and you cap it off.
Yeah. I
Your
got a
expertise in preserving natural artifacts.
couple. Yeah, definitely.
Some of the trees that the Yamigama had like splintered open. Can I grab like a chunk of wood from any of it? Is there like a piece?
Yeah. Getting back to where you guys had found the boy's body, there are splinters of wood everywhere. Some of the trees that were felled did not have those markings on it. Others did, and you're able to gather, I would say, probably as pretty much, a whole tinder pack if you wanted.
I need like if I can find like a chunk of wood that I can carve.
Oh yeah, easy enough. Yeah, you can find a hole. It's probably about 4 inches by 5 inches in different places. It's a little
How big is the
oblong.
medallion?
It's 3 inches across, about half an inch to
So-
an inch thick.
If we are doing this montage thing, I would like to try and craft like a wooden like box to put the
I
medallion
see.
into.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. The hinges would be difficult, but you can have like a lidded box, like a.
Can I try and like create like
Kind of like
like
this,
one
but
of
with
those.
no
Yeah.
hinge.
Or what are the boxes that the wormwood trays
Could
come
I
in?
could
You know,
I
you're
could
like,
I maybe help her out, him out with little
It's gonna be a long.
with a little druid craft, and we can get some holes going in the 2 boxes, and I'll put some vines through it with my druid craft, and we can knot them.
Yeah,
Oh,
both of you
fancy.
make a dexterity check for me, general dexterity check.
Do you want me to
and
do
I'll have
dexterity
you
or
do-
forgery? Like,
I'll do dexterity, but it's like a modified forgery, so you still have advantage on it because you're
Okay.
trying to replicate a box that I'm assuming you've seen.
A box.
But it's modified.
What
And
did you
then
say?
Arcana for you to
What did you
strength for-
dexterity? You said?
Yeah, just a general dexterity to see how well you can carve it.
So at this point, are we walking back?
Yeah, you guys are
To the
walking
town?
back.
Okay,
I mean, unless anybody has any arguments.
So
against
after they do all that, I'm just gonna pull a box that has hinges out of my bag and be like,
Cool.
you guys trying to make this?
And I did a 12.
20.
it. Okay, easy enough. Yeah, you guys managed to do it. The vines are a little thick and they kind of are obtrusive to the inside of the box, but you managed to make a space big enough to hold the medallion with the cloth around it, encapsulate it.
Okay.
You
I
wrap
want to
it
make one of those
quickly
things
with
where it
some
kind of
twine.
does like that little loopy kind of lock on it. Can I do that? Just kind of
Was
just
it
get
20? I would say it probably takes you longer to make something like that.
Okay. It's just
Then you
simple,
have
like
to
just
get
kind of
back.
some kind of like locking
So
mechanism.
She
how,
is
I mean,
days
so how
already
bloated are the
now.
bodies by now? Are they just like,
They're
are they
like,
bubbling? Because
you hear
Are they
every now and then it's like,
recognizable?
Yeah.
Ew. Okay.
a few flashlights pop
Are
out.
the maggots from my eyes falling in their eyes?
Oh god, this is too gory. I can't.
Hopefully you don't have maggots in your eyes anymore.
thank God we're not regulated by like the FCC or whatever, whoever the fuck it is. Who's the one that does the
Television. I don't know.
television? Yeah,
FCC.
as far as the FCC.
CDC.
No, that's
ABC.
ABC.
We don't have a network provider. Although I was thinking of our production company, we should be 231 Productions.
2, 3, 1. It's
I
funny.
think that'd be
Yeah,
perfect,
that's
right?
pretty
That is
perfect.
good.
That's pretty
And
good.
our executive producer has signed off on it, so it's official.
Okay. So put the medallion in the
Cool,
box
because the
whenever
goal
we're
is,
finished.
so what I would like to tell the group while we're traveling is my theory on the whole thing,
Yep.
so that when
Anything
we
you want to say,
provide to
go ahead and
the-
say it. You guys
Cool.
get a long rest.
Awesome.
Oh, Russell, you got it.
Oh my
So-
Atlanta.
I'm not interested in.
Ew. So
Role-playing
me
all over
and Odette found a rosary and a doll. We believe that, based off what the children had told us, is that Jeremy and Sarah went
Jeremy.
into the
Little
the
Jeremy.
orphanage, the new orphanage, when they weren't supposed to. Based off of what a Yagigama is, we believe that the rosary was imbued with magic that would base all his hatred and anger of being an orphan and
Did
everything
you
that he's
guys
going
check
through.
it for magic?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
And
So it
yeah,
had magical properties at one point, but it's no longer magical.
so we believe that it turned Jeremy into this Yagigama, which brought him Sarah, and then they left.
But I wonder why he killed Sarah, because
No,
they were
who-
It may have
apparently
been
best friends.
It
Hold
must
on,
be that
who
he
was on the
actually.
back? Who was on the back of who?
There's a
Jeremy
chance
is the
that
Yagigama. Sarah is the child.
Who was stolen? Who was on the back? of the
Sarah
ball?
was stolen.
yeah,
Sarah was stolen.
Just wanted to check.
yeah. I tried to change it and it was too late.
If I had to hazard a guess,
already
I'd say
pressed
that
go.
in the change, Jeremy probably killed Sarah, and grief struck probably just took Sarah's body with him.
But do you think he like meant to kill her, or
I don't
was
think
he
so.
like obsessive over her?
I
Well,
think
was
he
his
was an
only
accident. I think
friend?
he touched the medallion and started transforming, and even
And
as
it
a
just
beast,
took over?
I think he realized what he did even as a beast and just took the body out of guilt and shame.
Yes.
If I had to guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because they were really close and they hung out and they were like together a lot based off what the children were saying.
Oh, is that what they said?
So I-
Yeah.
Okay.
That
I
they were
think
very,
that the
very
medallion
close.
is what made him the beast.
Correct.
Yeah.
But what you found was maybe some things that they were used that he used to get inside of the town. Right? So didn't
rosary
someone
we found
didn't someone tell
turned
us that
him
they
into-
So who got the rosary?
No, I think the-
into,
didn't someone
into
tell us
town?
that, yes, that there's items
That's the
inside
other
the
thing
towns
too.
that
We
can-
don't know.
But
Someone
you
else
saw,
turned-
who'd you see at the orphanage?
We didn't see
Just a
anyone
bunch
at
of
the
kids.
orphanage,
We just talked to
You
them.
didn't see any adults.
But we believe that the rosary was put there and was utilized. So whoever created the rosary, and potentially maybe that also that.
Do you know what gods
Medallion.
this rosary was to?
Nope.
No.
Did the rosary have magical
Could
properties?
you
in it?
draw it out for us? Do you have it? Or
We do.
Could you,
We have
could
it.
you show it to us?
The rosary's broken up. Here's the rosary. It's broken up in little pieces.
Can we figure this out and see?
We wouldn't know who gave the rosary. I
just wanna
identified
know
it.
the
All we
religion.
did was find it in the room where the Yagigama took.
And you sense traces of magic on it? Okay.
Yes.
Other than that, we don't really know anything.
Would I have sensed the same type of magic that it was still both of them have the same type of
What I
magic
know
that
is
was
the
there?
medallion?
deity.
Yeah.
Oh.
When I say rosary, I mean more of the stylization, less of
It's
like
beaded.
a religious form.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like just like basic.
It
Both of
is.
them are the same.
I mean, you could say like a monk's
Very-
neck beaded
okay.
necklace.
Okay.
Maybe a child thing they
Fair.
made in
Child.
arts class.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Well,
That's
let's
new.
go.
It looks simple in its production. It doesn't look like whoever
I
made it
just
was
think-
any kind of artisan. Like if they had made it, they probably made it hastily 4 hours. You
It's
know.
not made out of stone.
Strategy going into this. Less talk is better as far as like letting them know what we have. Just a cough, cough.
I won't
Yeah,
mention the
yeah.
amulet, and you don't want me to mention the rosary.
Uh,
I'm okay with not mentioning it.
I would
really.
rather you not mention the. All we went to do is get 2 bodies for these people. and
Well, we
did
gotta
that.
mention that we fought the Yagigama,
Right.
and
we're
that
gonna tell them
Jeremy's
it was
body came from the
This.
Yagigama.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
don't think that
Yeah,
we should
so-
try to warn them, though, that touching random objects might turn them into Yagigama?
Yeah, let's have a whole city go crazy off
think
of
we
random
should
objects.
Be careful
It's
about who we
bad.
talk to about that.
Yeah.
And this
I
will
don't think
at
we
least
should tell no one, but maybe Bertram.
So
eventually, right?
We should
so,
tell the council.
So the
I'm right.
strategy should just be to say, "Hey, here is the children,"
Yeah.
and then we get reaction.
Okay.
are we gonna tell him that
And we
Jeremy
will see
was
what
the
happens.
Yagigama?
I think
Yeah.
that's a
We
little
have to since we
undeniable.
have his
Yeah,
body.
And
yeah.
his skin is kind of warped, and he just.
That is a big.
I
thing.
write in my book, I'm concerned for some of the citizens. Professor Stanley interpreted that book for us, and someone is clearly watching them and might be targeting them. Wouldn't we be doing them a disservice by not letting them know that about this stuff?
Yeah, I'd say we can go talk to the professor.
That might be better
About
than
that.
the private, though.
But I don't think we
Here's
should let
the-
a whole council know that we.
But if we let a whole
have these
council know, I think we better cover our assets rather than
I think
one
you're going to
person.
get a bunch of
that's it.
political bullshit if you let a whole council know.
Well, then
but
what
that's my
political
opinion.
bullshit?
We can vote on it here if you want.
Well, I just think it'd be easier if we just tell them, hey, everyone, here's this, here's that. We clear ourselves of any type of accusation in front of multiple eyes so they can
I
see
don't have
what
any.
happened.
Well, I don't see how they
Why
can
would
come
we-
to any
Why would we
accusations.
bring children's bodies back if we killed them?
Yeah. Why
We
would
would just
I?
leave.
Yeah, I'm on this guy's side on that one. Why?
Yeah.
Right? We're not being tracked. We could just leave. I mean, we might be being tracked by
Yeah, we don't.
this thing that
Never
tried to
know
kill us,
these
but
days.
not anybody in the town.
Mm.
Big Brother's always watching.
Well, sis, there is the golden knife out there. He does not like me. I will find him.
I
Four
will
shots
find
this time.
How far
Shots
away
this
are we?
time.
How far are we now from town potentially?
Assumably you guys have rested. You've discussed this over the course of several days. How close do you want to be to town?
There.
Like
Outside.
I want to be
Mile.
like I think we should be at least a mile out
Yeah.
before.
Okay, so you're a mile out.
Who should we? How do we contact? Because Odette here has 2 bodies.
I will go into town. Everybody loves the ins.
Oh
I
God!
don't
Someone.
think that's a good
I think we
idea.
should
Please.
send.
All on your own.
I think we should send
2 people at least.
2 or 3 of us. I would
Well,
like
I have
to.
the bodies.
I would like to volunteer to go into town.
Maybe Nabunta. Oh, you volunteer?
I would prefer Guanapo stay with me.
I prefer Odette to stay with me, and I'm probably the most performance here.
So you
Yeah,
three?
based
Most
off
charming.
of what happened previously.
Previously, what?
Yeah.
Shit.
We did get
No.
arrested, but
Nothing.
we are so cool and got out of it.
Well, none of us were
There are
arrested.
birds.
Listen,
You know.
everybody in the town loves me.
There are little
They
birds.
seem to
Alright.
crumble in my hands.
Yeah, you 3 can go.
I think
Us 3 can stay back.
you 3 should stay back, and us
Okay.
3 should go.
Are you okay with that, Nabunta?
That's fine with me, yeah.
Are you good with coming with us?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay.
I mean, you can go if you want to. But
You're more than welcome to come. I would suggest you stay.
Okay, I'll stay
I
here.
don't know if Christy.
If they get attacked outside of the village, then they need
Hey,
to
hey,
have
hey.
someone with
we will
protection.
set up the
Hey,
time
just don't
to
fuck
come
this
in.
one up.
We will set up a time or something to come.
But
What are we doing? Are we setting up a time, or are we just getting this done without them?
You should go to Christy, say that you need to find Bertram. Don't tell her why. Just tell her that you need the 3 or 4 people that you need. And if she keeps asking questions, then say never mind.
I write in my book, everything gets back to Christy, though, if we're not up front from the get-go. It's gonna look very
No,
suspicious.
you are picking up Christy first.
But we should tell her first.
I think the first person
You
we
are.
should
You
tell
are
would
going
be
to get
Bertram.
Christy.
And then
Wouldn't
we
you
go
tell
to
Christy?
He
Christy.
was
You're
the
saying we
bane of
need
the
to
council,
get
right?
Bertram?
Bertram?
Bertram was not part of the council.
Fuck.
Who do we remember who was part of the
Who
council?
was the one that was talking? The big
Wasn't
one.
Bertram injured?
Specifically, Bertram was injured. Specifically, I would say the first one that comes to mind
Joanne.
is Joanne.
The
The
whorehouse lady?
What about John
Lovely,
Moore? Was he part
lovely
of it?
prostitute.
John Moore was not part of the
Was
council.
Stanley? Didn't he represent the
Stanley
scientific?
was representative of the science.
Let's go
Yeah,
talk
but there
to.
is a little strife between the science.
Go to Joanne.
and
Let's go to Joanne.
Go to Joanne.
Agents.
Joanne will direct you on what to do next.
Joanne
Just
will-
set up
We
a
need a
time.
partial.
Set up a time and a place, so maybe the place
Are you
can
keeping
be
the bodies with you then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is Christy a part of the council?
maybe the
We
place
know.
could be
She's
the
not part of the
university
council.
or the
So much as she's just a member of the
orphanage.
society.
All right. I think we got a game plan. We're gonna go talk to.
Set up a time and place and come get us.
Yeah.
I think we should
will.
take Joanne outside of the city and show her the bodies,
Hell
and then
no.
No.
you don't.
No, dude, you
They told us to get Zabatis. We should not be concerned with bringing Zabatis back.
That's kind of true.
They told us that.
We can go
the whole,
inside.
wasn't
Just
the
tell-
whole town in the middle of the, the atrium, and they said, "Go, this is your mission." What is they going to do? Be pissed that we found the 2 kids and they're dead?
I mean,
Let's just go inside. Let's all go inside. Let's go to
I
Joanne.
agree.
Yeah.
Alright,
Let's
cool.
all go inside and find.
I'm gonna try to like,
Fuck it.
in
I'm
a
gonna try to
sense,
sneak
try to
around
like
stealthily
sit
and
on the
steal
back of
that thing
Odette
out of
and
his
try to
bag.
cover the bodies
I have
a
a
little
feeling he's
bit
just
to
gonna
not
give
show
it up.
that there's like I don't know, come up close and have them
I
like
gave it to Guanapo.
nestled there and
Whoever
maybe kind
has
of not make it
You
so
have it in the
obvious.
Oh.
The
Hey, I'm
medallion.
gonna try to steal
Instead
the
of having
medallion
like
from
2
someone.
slabs of person.
Someone. I don't even know.
My,
I'll say, from
I
a
will
societal
tell you, I have
standpoint,
a
it's
very high
not
passive
uncommon to
perception.
strap dead bodies to the back of a horse.
Oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. If
That
it's
was
okay, yeah, I'm down with
Yeah.
that. Okay, yeah.
It's a really common way of transporting dead bodies.
So we
Cool.
have to both roll, right?
no.
The
What?
back
He-
of a
he's-
centaur might be weird, but
He's
Of
trying to steal
The
something
medallion.
from my bag.
Well,
What?
in the
Trying to
box
steal
that
the
we
box.
made.
Yeah.
okay. What's your passive
He's trying to
perception?
steal
17.
the medallion.
What'd you roll?
Oh no, I have to roll.
Could I say this as well? If we're all
Keep-
walking?
That's she's still
Wait, plus stealth, right? Stealth is plus
Sleight of
7,
hand.
so
Sleight of
Sleight of
hand.
hand.
Sleight of
Yeah.
hand.
Sleight of hand.
18.
Yeah.
Fucking balls.
There's this moment of like,
Asshole.
Yes!
you guys have transferred it between hands so many times, and he was like, "This box," and you're like, "No," and like you looked at the box, you're like, "Man, this would have worked really well if you just mentioned it earlier."
Does this guy next to me notice
And
anything?
what's your passive perception?
It ain't that high.
Would
I think you have the
see that?
highest out of everybody.
Would any of us, because we're going together as a group?
It's something that could have happened at any point in time over the
Just
course
a
of
magician.
the 5 days to get it back.
I'm
And you manage to. There's like a moment where you're almost caught, and it's just like, oh fuck!
It's
But
just a
you
medallion.
palm it and manage to not really bend the thumb or close the fist. Like you just palm it, and it stays between, and it almost slips out, but you just.
Just wait till I see
And
that.
it's,
Just wait till we
You're fine.
find out.
you guys are none the wiser. You
Yeah.
head into the city. As
Yeah,
you
beat this boy with
approach the
hoses.
city, you can see the parapet where all the guards kind of stand. There's about 12 of them across this, I would say probably 80-foot wall. And they're looking down at you. You can see the, portcullis is pulled up. The gate is pulled up. I'm trying to sound like I know things, dude. Dossier. You guys walk through unobstructed. Nobody tries to stop you. You see there is one person who's standing post who like makes note of you and kind of looks you all over, and specifically when he sees you, he kind of leans back and you hear a shout, but it's unarticulated. You can't hear what it is, and you see
I
somebody
can see his mouth,
run.
though.
And I have
He turned away
perception.
from
I
you.
have
Damn it.
I have advantage on hearing. Cough, cough.
Get the captain is what you hear.
Okay.
And you see this young man just kind of take off bolt. He is gone for a couple minutes as you're approaching the
Just
gate.
body's invisible.
They're gonna go get Christina. I think we should take two of us and go grab the Joanne and bring her back here. I'll meet you back here in a second, and I will be right back. And I am going to transform into a little lizard again. Not a gecko this time, but like a really quick
A
little
little
fucking
fast
lizard.
lizard, yeah.
And I am going to go find Joanne.
What kind of Arizona lizard would be fast enough to do that? Crotalus.
Well, like a walking speed.
Great. Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, anything.
Great. So you just fucking.
You know what?
peel
I'm gonna
off-
be a basilisk because where my people are from, it's a little rainforesty and
Yeah.
a rainforest style basilisk
Seriously.
with a nice horn.
We're
Okay.
not
On
standing
top.
still. We're gonna keep walking.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. Yeah, and you peel off
Yeah,
the
Harry
streets.
Potter.
Yeah.
Some of the guards kind of take a step back, but they recognize that you were, an 8-foot elephant a couple minutes ago, or a couple seconds ago. Who's going with him?
Well, I mean,
He's a
can
fucking
we
lizard.
go
I just
You
plan
can chase
on
him down,
dipping,
yeah.
but
You'd
yeah,
have
I'm
to
just a
hustle
lizard. I'm
past
pretty
him.
quick, but not that. I'm probably a jogging speed.
Yeah.
I trust him to come back. I just kind of.
We're gonna
Anybody
keep
else?
going towards.
You peel
Joanne's.
off by yourself. As you pass through the open gates, some of the guards are staring at you, and they, being that you guys have made your presence known, and it's been kind of like this exciting and well talked about thing that happens in a otherwise sleepy-ish city, you're recognized, and
Can we ask
You-
one of them?
you get the feeling really quick that people know exactly what's on the back of it. What do you want to ask?
Is Joanne at her place of residence?
I
If you
could
answer.
not say, but possibly, yes.
If you happen to see her, we come with bad, sad information.
I see he kind of leans in on his spear, and he like looks at the back of Odette and just. Understand. Please make your way in. And he just turns back to what he was doing. Anyone, anything for the time being? Christy, you see her approach from the side. She's her large Goliath form, the deep black tattoos that run down her body, her long hair pulled into a tight bun. She looks like she's been in her office for a couple hours. At this point, it's getting into the later afternoon. The sky hasn't quite turned colors yet, but it's going to be soon. And she says nothing as she makes note of the two bodies strapped across her back. She just falls in line with you and starts walking towards the city center with you.
Cool. Joanne's.
You hustling through the city, there's a couple people who take like kicks at you. They're not used to seeing, a massive lizard.
Yeah,
running
good
through the
sized
city.
lizard. Yeah.
So there's a couple people that like take a couple quick swipes at you, but you manage to get through mostly unscathed. You run up to. God, I should have this up.
Oh, her name.
No.
They're her little
His
town, her little shack's
Business.
name.
Rusty Ballbusters.
It is not Rusty Ballbusters, but that's close.
Starts with an R.
Yep.
Ribald Coalition.
Ribald Coalition. You make your way through the gate. The double doors swinging inward.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
just kind of push
Turn
them
into
open,
it.
and as you push them open, you turn it into fan. And as you kind of step through, grabbing the door as it's swinging back at you, you run into this massive tan ogre who, compared to you, is actually kind of short. You bump into him, and he falls backward like, "Oh, I do say,
You almost made me knock that bookcase down. How dare you, sir? I say, watch where you're going.
I'm terribly sorry. You know where Joanne is?
I do not know such
All right,
things.
I
I'm
gotta
just
go.
a
Sorry,
patron.
man. And I'm just gonna boom.
He's still kind of like shouting after you as you walk past him. Going to Joanne's office, you and you hear just a moment.
I need you right now, Joanne. I'm terribly sorry.
The door opens. Ah, yes. Fun.
Ooh.
How may I help you?
We found the kids dead, and we brought them back.
We brought the wrong person. He's so distant from death.
We brought the kids back, dead.
Dead.
I think the guards are gonna stop our group, and I just wanted to make sure other people just were aware.
This is most unfortunate news. I will assemble the council. Give me just a moment. And you see, she closes the door for a second and runs back inside. You hear some shuffling, and within a couple seconds of her leaving, you hear her a couple muffled, actually hearing, you hear her say, "Assemble the council. The kids are dead." And then, as she opens the door, you can hear bells in the distance begin.
Oh my gosh.
Joanne takes your hand, loops her arm around yours. I'll follow you.
Yes, ma'am.
And
How
you guys,
far would Joanne's be from where we are currently?
being that he probably sprinted there,
And I would
Right.
you
definitely
guys
like
are
to
probably
come
about
forward time.
3/4 of a way
You know,
through the gardens.
really just
Wow.
laying,
Which leads to the
really
What
laying
is
into
that?
the.
What is
Quit
120
taking
feet?
Matthew's moves.
not within 120 feet.
Cool.
They were.
You all, as you're approaching, about halfway through the gardens, hear the bells start ringing, ding, 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 and you can see people leaving the gardens, leaving the farms. It looks like a mass calling to the Agora. And as you approach, you can see standing there, leading or walking Joanne down the stairs is Fan. She kind of peels off, and Fan goes and stands in the center next to Theodore. Theodore kind of approaches and puts his hand on your shoulder. I understand how hard that must have been for you and your friends. Well, thank you. Stay a while.
Yeah, a couple of us damn near died, but you know,
We'll
this,
go over
this
the
is
details
not
in a
real
moment.
great, but
Give
yeah.
me a second. And he kind of raises his hands, and as everybody kind of filters in, you hear this silence fall across everyone. You guys are a very clear path is made for you, and people usher you down to the center. And you see standing next to Theodore is Joanne. Theodore raises his hands. So, faithful travelers, what have you brought for the council to see?
I'll step out and bow and say, we went on this crusade to find truth for your town, and we bring sad tidings to all. Unfortunately, on my partner's back are the bodies of the children, Jeremy and Sarah.
And I do a fancy horse bow with one leg.
You present them, and you see Theodore kind of gestures at two of the guards who stand up and very carefully remove both bodies from your back, and they peel back the faces, and you hear like murmurs and whispering and just a conglomerate of sad sounds. Joanne steps forward. They did not deserve this. They did not deserve this, and you all know it. You all know that whoever brought this upon us must pay. Our enemies are gathering in strength as we grow older and we grow stronger, and we cannot tolerate such fronts to our way of life. There must be a ceremony, and after the ceremony, there must be rebuttal. We must stand strong as a community. This cannot divide us. This cannot come between us. and we thank you for providing us with answers and closure.
I take another bow. We will provide details when you all feel that you are ready.
There's no better time.
We found out through leads and detective work, by all comrades here today, that Jeremy and Sarah went into the new orphanage late at night, snuck in, and something tended to happen of magical entity, which turned Jeremy into a Yagigama he had full of rage and anger that we do not know where that came from. And he proceeded to, as everyone saw on, how long ago was that? A couple days ago?
It was about a week and a half,
Gosh, wow.
2 weeks. Yeah.
It took forever.
Yeah,
We
it
took
took
a long time, guys.
Yeah.
You guys took about 2 to 3 days in town.
Okay.
And then getting there took about 5 days, and getting back took about 5 days. It was a long process.
The week you saw the destruction, Jeremy, who was the Yagigama, went into the mountains. We then took Journey into the mountains after doing some further investigation. We were lucky enough to lure the Yagigama out and proceeded to vanquish the Yagigama. Then found that once the Yagigama was vanquished by our great man of warrior, Konak, vanquished. Words
and all
verbiage.
of us, not just.
Most of us
He did kind of stand around for a few seconds there.
almost died.
Literally, he had two rounds. He just functioned.
The being then burst into a blast, and Jeremy's body was found. Further down the way, we then found Sarah's body in a nest. Multiple attempts of resuscitation was made and was failed.
Her body was
Decayed.
gone multiple days before we got to it.
We left her ears attached, though.
Theodore, you see, Theodore doesn't have facial expression. Theodore's face is just a metal plate that has a moving mandible, but you see, kind of right behind the jaw where there's some ears, you see real quickly, like, these gears just turn forward. And it's
He's
just
real
like,
snake.
well, we appreciate that. Let this be a testament to those who would say that our bond in Goodfellow is not enough to pull us through. The shared trust, camaraderie, and teamwork that is obviously exemplified by this very tight-knit group of friends, travelers, companions, has pulled them through what for the most of us should be an impossible task. I ask you, travelers, do you have a name?
Oh, jeez. Well, my name's Fan with a PH.
But your group.
This is Guan O.
Can we pause in mental state?
Do we have a group name?
What is
No.
that?
So I'm back. To be honest with you, these three came in to help us at church. We happened to wander into town and we met each other. So we've not had time to think of a group name. Why don't you name us?
We hardly know each other.
It would be inappropriate
I kick Fan.
for me to bestow titles upon you. However, whatever you should call yourselves, we are forever in your debt. Citizenship will be granted to each of you, houses accordingly.
I forgot about that.
If you should like to stay here in Goodfellow, you're welcome. You there, Fan. We were able to sequester a business, place of commerce for you. I know you said you and your boyfriend would like to stay together.
Not
So-
boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you
he's.
say that though?
Well, he
He's
heard
my
you say
Boyfriend.
boyfriend. He can say not, so
Yeah.
you can put it together.
Not boyfriend.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you two locality will be given to you in the trade war.
Did her and I
Much
each get a
obliged.
house?
Each of you has a small house.
Hell yeah.
Zeman's a male companion.
Working through this process, there are members of the council that get up and shake your hand. There are people from the community that come and shake your hand. Bertram comes, and by the time he makes it, I would say to Odette, he's just sobbing, and he embraces you and hugs you and thanks you. Nobody seems to have any hard feelings towards you. You are told that I would say Theodore, funeral arrangements will be made for tomorrow evening. Anyone that wishes to attend may accompany us down by the open areas in the dock, have a funeral, and say goodbye to our departed.
We will all be there.
Very well.
I promise you.
Unless anyone else has anything further to say, I believe the council needs to convene in private. And aside from that, everybody may return to their daily business.
When is the next time you're going to be at your office by chance?
We'll discuss that a little later, perhaps after the funeral.
Okay.
I would like to say that this does not quite seem to be over. It does seem that this situation wasn't quite an accident. And I think that
What do you
further,
mean?
well, we believe that it was a magic effect.
We're
that
not
was-
real quite sure what we believe yet, to be honest with you. That's what he's
You
trying to
have
get
further
across.
evidence, however. I'm assuming.
There's no evidence, but there's dealings with the townsfolk. We keep hearing of Shiraz being alive, and he seems tied to this somehow. So I feel like it warrants further investigation.
Meet with me tomorrow.
Okay.
Funeral arrangements will be made around 4 p.m.
Wait.
Around 6 o'clock.
It's
I would like to meet with all of you.
I will bring out the little thing of moss. I'm going to kind of crack it open, split it in half, pop the vial back, put it in my pocket. I'll take out a little cloth I have him kind of put in the cloth and be like, this is what this thing was making out in the forest here. You guys can have this one.
Stanley. And you see Stanley.
If you
gets
see
up and
this,
he
it's
kinda-
danger.
He kind of like gets up and he waddles. There's a slight, I don't know, maybe the way he just sits too long, or I don't know, but he has this kind of waddle about him. And he kind of comes penguining over to you and he examines it. It's fascinating. Oh yes, this is specimen. We will take good care of this. Do we have to share with Magus? No, you do not have to share with Magus. Okay, excellent. This is great. Okay.
What was his name?
It's
Stanley.
Stanley.
Not Stanley, the other guy.
And I'm
Theodore.
gonna say that
Theodore.
Theodore.
Thank you.
told
He's a
Stanley.
Warforge.
I'm gonna
Thank
say
you.
that where the blue moss is, there's black piercing lines like veins that run through, kind of like some of the animals that are being brought back to town. I don't know what that blue stuff is, but it is not good.
You hear a goblin in the background, like kind of like clear his throat.
Is that the goblin the bugbear was trying to?
Yeah.
Goblin the bugbear is arguing with. Anything else you guys need to say at this point?
Nope.
Stanley raises his hands. Thank you all for coming. As always, continue to strive to be your better selves and do what it is that you are good at. Have a pleasant day as possible. Thank you. And everybody kind of rises. There's not a lot of chatter. Everybody starts to disperse, and Stanley rushes off towards the university. The sun begins to set on this day. Joanne, teary-eyed still, makes her way, grabs Fan by the arm again, and starts to just walk silently back towards the ribald.
Jelly.
Gladly comfort Joanne.
She seems strong,
Did you
but
say Johann?
sorrowful.
Johann.
This is all payback for all the times I screwed up his
Zipper.
Hashtag.
Yashimogo.
As you all make your way back to the ride home, assuming does anybody have any conflict with going there at this point?
Well,
It seems
don't
to
we
be
have
where you
houses
stayed.
now? Are they not ready?
Well, probably not ready for a pink location.
Nobody gave you any keys at this point.
Okay, so we're just kind of like, meh, we kind
Yeah,
of.
I'm gonna go back to the same place that I slept the first night.
No, I
Kana
need a
kind of
beer.
peels off.
Beer.
You guys are all
I died
welcome
today.
into the ride home.
Same here.
Well, a couple
Drinks
days
are dispersed.
Yeah,
The warm hearth kind of brings this comfort to you. It seems to be generally colder in this, and would it encourage close contact with others? And the fire, as it kind of crackles, there's not a lot of jovialness in the room. There's a lot of somber and solemn and quiet as everyone kind of reflects on this evening's transpirings. And that's where we'll pick up next week. Good job, guys. Huge shout out to our executive producer, Liana, who keeps the show running smoothly. Our director of photography, Brendan.
Free.
Photography.
Stronger free.
Photography?
Is she free?
Photography. And
I
drinking.
don't want a PH on that.
PH. And actually, that's the only one that we've said tonight that has a PH.
I'm aware.
Photography. Brendan Dowling, for whatever it is that he does, I'm not really sure at this point.
For chilling like a villain.
To every single one of our followers who tunes in on a weekly basis or watches this, at a later date. We appreciate you. We love you. Oh, K-Nas, no. Baby Pink Cactus.
Baby
Pink Cactus for
Art.
furnishing our halftime video this week.
Go ask her for art pieces.
Ask her for art pieces. She does commissions, and she's a great artist.
Just like
frankly,
different
there's a
things.
reason we pick her over
Like
everybody
painted
else.
skateboards, like painted jackets,
Oh,
jean jackets.
can we see this? Is that
Yeah.
visible?
just take off the wall.
It's not, but you can take it off the wall and if you literally put it in front of your face.
Damn.
No, you gotta hold it up above.
Damn!
Yeah.
I look like, what are those called? Illithids?
Yeah.
Yes, I look like an illithid.
Oh.
She painted that. She's pretty badass.
It's dope. We have a lot. And you guys should definitely go check her out. She's helped us out immensely. Thanks to everybody that follows us on a weekly basis, and we will see you next week on next time we open up the gates on the Woodness Go.
Bye.
Bye.